Hello?
Hello! Whoa, 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 whoa! I didn't even set it to loop that time. I didn't even do it that time. That was not me. That wasn't me. Hello, everyone. Hi. You might know that song. It's All I Want for Christmas Is You, as performed on the Wii eShop. Wait, the Wii Shop? The Wii Shop. From Karibo98. Thank you, Karibo98. That's a very funny, and they go together very surprisingly well. Alright. Hi, Chad. Hi, Yusto. Hi, Wobble. What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up?
How are you? How are you? If I sound different, it's because I've been spending the last hour, reconfiguring my microphone filters, because guess what? OBS deleted them again for the probably 5th time this year. It's great! The computer is trying to kill me! Yes! I was sat down, I sat my white ass down ready to stream, like, very early tonight. And then, you know, computer was just like, nope. No, you're not. I should sound mostly the same. Like I said, I have multiple contingencies in place for this. Last time I was like, ha ha ha, you're not gonna get me this time because I saved a... Like, it's like, on OBS they call it like a profile configuration setting. It just turns out that for some fucking reason, does not save your microphone filters, so I don't know. I don't know. But as a backup, I just have it written down, like on a little notes app thing on my phone. So I consulted that, and I should sound more or less the same, and if I don't, I'm sure I will notice immediately. But hi everyone, hope you're doing okay, hope you're doing good. These are the guitar stylings of Maurice Mori right now. I sound green. Hold on, let me change a couple of things. Yeah, my green was all the way up. My green was shit. Fuck! Hollow Knight Silksong shafted this week because I was, working today and received the news that one of my favorite fucking games in the whole world, Wario World, has been added to the GameCube Nintendo Switch Online selection. Which, you know, imagine my surprise. Except it was a little bit more happy. It was a little bit more happy than that. It wasn't like, it was like, ooh. I love Wario World. So we're gonna play Wario World tonight. I was like looking around at reactions to this online, and everyone was like, yeah, it's a pretty great game. It's just really, really short. And I was like, oh, I don't remember it being that short, but okay. So we will, Wario. Hi, Logan. I unloaded my... Logan, I mean, not unasked for. Logan was in Discord asking me what I thought about ZA now that I'm finished with it. And we'll talk about that tonight, but boy did I... boy did I tell you what I thought about ZA in our private messages. Hi, John. Merry stream to all. Like I said, playing Wario World, it might be short, but we're just gonna see how much of it I can get through tonight, and then when I say getting through loose ends in ZA, I mean before I start playing the DLC, which yes is out. I'll probably want to get the you know, what little post-game stuff there is done, maybe grind for that shiny charm, I don't know. Basically just use it as an excuse to talk about my final thoughts on the game, like a little post-mortem on ZA, if you will. And then that'll be the stream tonight. And then I'll be back at you next week. Unfortunately, like I mentioned in the Discord, I thought that the Game Awards was today, which it is today, but it's the wrong time for today. So, I don't know. What do you mean I don't need to grind for the shiny charm if I get the DLC? What do you mean? They just give it to you? Huh. What? I need more information, please. Anyway, yeah, this coming weekend I'm not gonna have the time to react to the Game Awards, unfortunately. New Mabel quests that are much easier than 1,000 battles, and they still get you the shiny charm? Okay. Well, then maybe I won't do that, because the 1,000 battles thing sounded quite annoying, though. So, okay, that's good information. Thank you, Cryptic. I will not be doing that then. I will maybe just be filling out the decks just because. Yes, as I was saying, though, I was under the impression that I would be able to watch or react to the Game Awards tonight. The Doritos Extraordinaire, the Grand Mountain Dew Ball hosted by Geoff Keighley. But that's actually, like, what, 12 hours from now? And at that time, I'll be working. I'll be woiking. So, normally I would just watch it tomorrow evening and react to it on stream, but I'm doing other stuff. Stuff more important than watching Geoff Keighley's 7-hour game commercial. Take you to work with me? Yeah. Just surreptitiously stream from work. Ooh, I would get in so much trouble. It would be fun though. Oh boy. Anyways, much to discuss, much to play, much to do tonight. I do want to mention though, streamer has a job besides streaming. You fucking know it. I sure do. If I could just do this full time, would I like that? I don't know. I'm sure I've talked about this at some point. I have a somewhat fulfilling job that I like, so I'm okay. But, you know, the streaming is nice. It's fun. It's a nice hobby for now. I was mentioning that on the Discord that because of my little meme diplomacy segment the other night, my algorithm is convinced that the only thing I want to see is memes from China and or Japan. And I'm delighted to inform you, Mr. Algorithm, that is 100% fucking correct. That's all I want to see. And I have just, we're not going to go overboard with them tonight, but I've got just a, you know, a nice follow-up to our little segment the other night. So here we have one more. We have one more. We'll have like I said the other day, balance in all things. So here we have a Japanese meme. Here we go. Okay, pretty good. pretty good. All right. And now for the Chinese response. All right. I think you'll find this to be surprisingly relevant to the meme that was just shown.
What is this called?
Gay.
Pay.
Oh, hey.
What is this called?
Gay.
Yes. What
Oh.
is this called?
Gay.
Hey.
Oh,
What is this called?
gay.
Lay.
Oh, lay.
What is this called?
Gay.
Bay.
A bay.
What is this called?
Gay.
Way.
Away.
What is
way.
this called?
Gay.
Ray.
Array.
What is this called?
Gay.
Say.
A say.
All right. Okay. That one was really good. That one had me rolling in my little Japanese bed. Also called a futon. I wanted her to get it. The language application was just being spiteful, I think. All right, chat. Now I get to share with you a video game I dearly love. I love this motherfucking game. This was the Becco that I was when I was playing Wario Land 4. Why would I want to play the European Wario World? I'm fellow American. Yeehaw! What was the kind of shit that guy was saying yesterday? It's like he became Chinese Wario. Yeah, I still have Keezer. He's just along for the ride because, because he's cute. I like him. Ni howdy. Come home, honey. I'm so glad we're playing Wario World, chat. I love this fucking game. This guy pays for the expansion pass. You know it. You know I do. It's so I can play the one good GameCube game they release every 6 months. We have to watch the opening cutscene, of course. Why can't you see this? You can see it. I can't see it. What was that all about? Hold on, chat. We've got all kinds of cool technical difficulties. Oh, we've got the scan lines too? I don't know how I feel about those. How do I need settings. To game selection. I don't know if I want these scan lines on the CRT lines rather. Let's have a look at both versions. All right, Wob, see ya. Have a good sleep. Hope you catch the VOD later. Here or on YouTube. What do you think, chat members? Do you like it with the CRT lines or nice and... You want to see all of Wario's butt crack? You want to see all of Wario's butt crack, or do you want to see it through the filter of a CRT screen? Let me get another look, maybe. High-res, unfiltered dumpy. Mods, check that guy's browser history. I always forget the how to actually use this fucking thing every time I fire it back up. I'm just gonna have one more look at the filter dumpy. I like the lines. The scan lines are kind of cool. They just kind of look better on like Game Boy games and stuff. They don't. Yeah, I agree. All right. Mods, audit that guy. I think I might have to turn the game up ever so slightly. Did they add Pokemon Coliseum yet? I wish, man. They're adding games like once every 2 months, and this was just such a pleasant surprise that I was like, you know what, we gotta play it. This has to be the game on the stream tonight. Alright, yeah, this is the way we play. This was a game developed by Treasure. They make, I don't know if they're still around anymore. I don't know if I could name anything that they're well known for, but they worked with Nintendo a lot. Long ago, there was an evil black jewel that fed on the wishes of people, turning their desires into power. This dark jewel gave birth to many evil spirits, who then tormented the good creatures of the world. Then, just when it seemed like the evil spirits would overrun the land, the spritlings of the sacred forest ensnared the black jewel and hid it away deep within their ancient ruins. But over time, these events were all forgotten, and one day, a greedy treasure hunter stole the jewel from the ruins. Wahahaha! Ooh, I'm free at last. I'm chock full of power. I think I'll turn all this character grease to shit it's pooped. Ooh! It went too fast. It went too fast for me to catch up. Wow. This game is responsible for a lot of really good Wario voice clips, by the way. That's a good face. Lots of good Wario faces, too. Alright, chat, let me know how things sound, by the way. Oh my god. And a lot of his moves from Smash Brothers also originate from this game. I mean, the reason I always really loved this game is because it just felt like a really successful translation of the 2D Wario Land style into 3D. You got the jump. Sounds good. All right. Good to hear. All right, then I will get my full erect attention on Wario's Dumpy, and we'll get going. To-do list: whip the boss, grab the heart fragment, get back my stuff. And because, as I was saying, this is a relatively short game, I think we will go for 100%. It's not that hard of a game, though. Here I go! Should have probably prepared some kind of, like, border for the sides here. I love this music. Game has great music. I think Treasure makes the Sin and Punishment series. Not that I think anyone really knows what that is. Pause menu appreciation. Oh, you mean this? It's really good. It's really good. Oh, man. This fucking rocks. This game is so good. Yeah, I'm just jamming. Actually, I think the game could even stand to go up just a little bit more. Maybe. Yeah, that shit rocks. Conch. And then when you pick guys up, you can like swing them. Good luck. How do I ground pound again? Oh, like that. I mean, Wario just feels so like bouncy and fluid and like motionful. He's emotionful. And you can also do this. Watch this. Okay, so you pick up big stuff, and then you can go like this. Yeah! Smack him up! Smack him up! Fuck yeah. Yes. Hold on. This is the best game of all time. This is the best game ever made. Heh. Okay, so you press these buttons, and then somewhere in the level, a corresponding treasure chest has become available. Also, you can do, like, pile drive. Oh, there it is. How do I do the pile driver? Oh! Oh, like that. Is Logan here? I believe he's sleeping. Shh. Don't wake Logan up. Sorry, Logan. Didn't mean to wake you. Cool. Collect treasures to activate games for transfer to your Game Boy Advance. Yeah, fucking right. I wish. Now, I forget how this worked when you connected to Wario World with your Game Boy Advance. I don't know if it, like, gave you mini games or something. I kind of forget that part. And there's these guys. These are, like, the mandatory collectibles, I think. Wario was picking his butt, twin!
Wario, hi! I've been waiting for you. I'm one of the spritlings of the forest. I have really bad news. That evil black jewel you stole is sucking up all the negative green energy swirling around in your castle. And terrible things are starting to happen. Honest! If you want to survive, do all that stuff.
Okay. Thank you! I think I just now realized subconsciously that the way that I say thank you like that sometimes has been affected in me by these little guys. When they say thank you. But it's also definitely Beetle from Zelda. I just like jump. Wario feels good to jump with. Those are your heart containers. It's crazy how he got that jumpy with all that dumpy, though. The medium-sized enemies you can pick up. I want to do the ground pound. Wario does feel good. Oh, you can also throw! Get out of here! Watch this. You can just throw. You can throw like this. Oh, it's so good. Oh, this game rocks, dude! You use the scream to pick up coins. Pep, poop. Pep, poop. Egg salad! Oh, God. Oh, I'm so happy to be playing this game. What do we got? Marry me, Wario. Marry me. Also, though, it does sound like he's got a little bit of poopy in his butt pants there when he's climbing up a ladder or something. Hey! Dish! I keep pressing the wrong button. Swing! 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 He's gonna say hoopla. I guess so, yeah, but I mean, I'm willing to give Afghani a chance on Wario. I just haven't heard his Wario that much. A dirty, well, Chad, I wouldn't want to speculate. I would want to speculate. I very much want to speculate on Wario wearing a big poopy diaper. I speculate that you're correct. that he is wearing a big poopy diaper. Dish. They should do a remake of this game and bring back Charles Martinet just for this one remake. Just to do more Have a Rotten Day. Wait, he's too busy. This is true entrepreneur grind set. They're calling it the dipe method. If you don't have to worry about, like, going to the bathroom and you can just shit in your diaper, then there's more time to entrepreneur. Oh yeah, Garlic Man. This guy. This fucking freak. I don't like this guy. Garlic, don't you love garlic? Delicious garlic restores health. Listen, you big oaf, if you got the courage to take me on, I guess it's okay to sell you garlic. You punch. He's doing the Italian hand.
Listen, eventually you're gonna have to deal with the stone doohickey that sits on the goal. To get rid of it, you're gonna have to collect a certain number of red diamonds. Below every ground hatch is a sub-level that holds one. Jump and then press the R button.
Yeah. I know. Sub-levels. Oh my god, these are so good. Oh, I'm remembering. Chat, he's remembering. You can, like, change the camera angle so you can do platforming more gooder. Oh. I said so you can do platforming do gooder, better do get good at jump more better and good. You need these to meet the bosses, that's right. Egg salad. Get your egg salad. Get your egg salad here. Fresh right out of Wario's hot steamy diaper. Get your egg salad. It's definitely egg salad. You can tell by the color. My last meal? You mean the meal I want to have before I'm executed for crimes against the state? Probably egg salad from Wario's diaper. Or do you mean the thing that I ate last? If so, if that's what you mean, same answer. Dish! He's so talkative. He's just always making noise in this game. That's what I like about it. I eat... Listen, I'm on a very strict diet. Men only want to eat one thing, and it's quite frankly delicious. On soft white bread. And a Wario egg salad sandwich. I think I might start making something I'm gonna call Wario's egg salad, where it's just like really, really garlicky egg salad.
Wario, are you using the B button correctly? No, take it out of your urethra. You're supposed to hold it down for a dash attack.
I know this. I know this. We got these big boys. Dinosaurs are appearing now. You gotta get them into 2 phases. You gotta knock them down and then don't let them get back up again. Good luck. Ah! Who up egging they salad? Well, that's kind of Wario's whole, that's his grind set. Grinding the material in his pants into a delicious sandwich topping. Whoa! Gonna have to learn how to press the right buttons. You had a job interview yesterday that you think went pretty good. That is, I'm low-key jealous. I mean, actually good for you. I'm really happy to hear that. Last job interview I had, quite infamously, went so fucking bad that I haven't had another one this whole year. I remember this one. I mean, it really is like Wario Land, the 3D. It's so good. There's these weird little puzzle levels with the collectibles in them. But now I know that there's got to be... Dish! The music down here rocks too. Oh yeah, Chad, it's fine. I think I recounted the story of that job interview on the stream, but it was just, you know, they were pretty rude to me. It was not even really a job that I wanted that much, and the conditions and the pay were not that good. And when I say they were not very nice to me, I mean the guy, the CEO of the company who was interviewing me was like snapping his fingers in my face and going like, look at me when I'm talking to you, that kind of stuff. Am I stuck in egg salad hell? Chat. This is not wonderful. This is not wonderful. No. No! Not wonderful. Oh, I found it. I found the crystal. You don't remember hearing about that? Chat, do you want me to relive my trauma for you right here on the stream? No, I'm kidding. I wasn't like that traumatized by it, but you know, just to give you the kind of abridged version of it, you know, I've been thinking about making the move to Tokyo for a while, mostly because that's where like the translation jobs are, and in the meantime, while I'm trying to pass my Japanese test, I thought, you know, it might be advisable to just, like, take a different job that's not the job that I want, you know? Because it's like, you know, your career can wind up having a degree of momentum to it, because I'm looking to get into the localization business, I'm looking to be into translating, and unfortunately, when I'm applying for these jobs, they're like, do you have any experience with translating? And I'm like, no, that's kind of why I was hoping you would hire me. But they're like, we were looking for people with experience, you look like you're a teacher, why don't you just go get another teaching job? And I'm like, I don't want to do that, so please hire me. But, you know, it got pretty frustrating trying to, like, eventually track down, because, you know, I think once I have that highest level of Japanese language certification, I'll be more attractive, more hard to, like, a more attractive hire. I don't think it will make me sexier. I don't think that's possible. I think I've achieved max sexiness. But I think it will make me more attractive as a hire, as a prospective employee in a translation or localization job. So I'm working on that. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. But in the meantime, I was like, well, maybe I do just try to get a, you know what, you're right, chat's right. I need to get a forklift certification. That's what, not only would that make me drop dead stunningly gorgeous, it would make me more likely to get a translation job, I think. You just pummel these? Oh, I remember this one being annoying. Okay. No, I see what we do. Reset. You reset. So... I was like, this was about a year ago. I was like, well, I kind of want to do something different with my job. But maybe instead of like, you know, if no one's gonna hire me to be a translator right now, maybe I just, you know, find a way to get to Tokyo. That way, when I do find a translation job down there, the move isn't quite as you know, intimidating, because moving from Fukushima to Tokyo is like a pretty big deal. So if I broke too many, I think I have to get, so I need 2 and then 4 and then 6 here. Anyway, last year I'm like, okay, well, here's a job that seems like I could do it, and I seem qualified for it. It's technically teaching, but what it was that I was, the description of the job was like, You help prepare... Ooh, I can do 3. Okay, wait a minute. Wario can reach with his little pingors up there on 3. Look at that. That's beautiful. Okay. The description of the job was that I would be teaching English to, you know, like college graduates or young adults or even, you know, regular style adults who were trying to go abroad for a work holiday or they were going to go study at an American or English language university abroad. Oh, he's swinging. And they needed to brush up on their English before living and working in another country. And I was like, that sounds fun. Sounds like a change of pace. And yeah, I'll address that maybe in a second, but it would be tough. I would be separated from my partner. But you know, he's kind of in the mood to get a different job and go live in a different place anyways. And he's been like, you know, if you do that first and you go get that new job in Tokyo and you live somewhere else, I'll follow you. I'll go there. Because, you know, he doesn't want to live in the place that he lives now forever. Because he's living in his hometown right now. He's living where he was born and raised, so he's like, yeah, hey, I'd like to go do some other stuff elsewhere, too. So that would be kind of tough for a little while, but it's not too... I mean, we've given it some consideration. But... yeah, I was like, all right, so cool. It would be still kind of teaching English, but in a more, like, informal, not in a classroom setting. It would be one-on-one. I'd be working with older people, not, like, school-age children, which I do love my job, but, I was like, you know, for the reasons stated above, it might be time to try something else, and this seems like a good thing to try. So... this company, I go down there. It's a time of year where I don't have very much money, by the way. We ALTs, as we're called. That's the name of the job title that I have. That's Assistant Language Teacher. In months when the students are on vacation, so when there's like winter or summer vacation, my paycheck is appreciably smaller because I just don't get paid for those. Of course, I'm on... Owie! Also, wait, look at the way Wario's face, like... jiggles. Ugh. Oh, when he's digging in his butt, that's when his face really goes crazy. Dish. Yeah, there's also April and May. April and May is really tough because there's spring vacation. Please. Ball. No ball. Yes! Nice. Nice, Wario. You know what? Just for that, you can dig in your butt an extra 20 minutes tonight. But yeah, let me try to recount the saga of this job application and interview. I was already kind of like, I don't know if I really want to take this job because, like, this is where it gets kind of, like, tricky and difficult to explain, but I'll try to do my best. I'm on a yearly contract, and I sign a contract with a company. I am dispatched to the schools that I work at by a company. I don't work directly for the schools. So, and that company dispatches me to the school on a yearly basis, and that yearly contract lines up with the school's, you know, beginning and end date, right? So, that was easy. So the Japanese school year begins in April roundabout and ends the following year in March. So that's when my contract begins and ends. But also, you know, kind of the Japanese business world at large. Oh my god, Unithorn's lair. Oh god. Oh, chat. I don't want you to have to see Unithorn's lair. It's what happens when you fall off the ledge in this game, and it's fucking horrifying. Get away from me, birds. Get away from me, birds. Get away from me, birds. So... Oh! Oh my god, it's Unithorn. It's Unithorn. He's gonna steal my coins! You gotta find the spring in the box. You gotta find the spring in the box. You gotta find the spring in the box. There's a box with a spring. There's a box with a spring. Oh, these are all just bombs. These are all just bombs. Don't... Oh, I found it! Oh! I hate those guys. I fucking hate those guys. Let me go. Do not drop me into the lair. You release me now. Release me now. Nice. Oh. Okay, so let's just lay the circumstances out here. It's coming up on the end of the school year, so it's also coming up on the end of my contract with the company. So if I want to, you know, be released from the contract and seek employment elsewhere, you know, that decision has to come at the end of, you know, right about it's a very sensitive time where it's like, okay, well, are you gonna quit your current job? And I'm not one of these people who's like, oh, I don't want to make my boss and my employer mad at me, because I, quite frankly, while I'm gonna maintain a degree of like professionality here, but you know, I'm not gonna how to say this. I don't really give a shit if my current, you know, my company, I hope they're listening, I don't really care how they feel about it, but who I really don't want to upset is my school. And I don't mean upset, because I know they're not going to be mad. I know they're not going to be like, how could you do this to us? But you know, I really love this place where I live. I talk about this all the time. Like, I'm super lucky. I live in a small, tight-knit, rural community where I know everyone and everyone knows me. And I fucking love living here. And they take really good care of me. And, you know, I really value that relationship. And I know it someday, it's gonna, if I'm like gonna follow up on all this stuff I'm talking about, like living with my partner and having a different job and living in a different place, obviously that's going to necessitate, you know, leaving here. I know that. But that's exactly why when I'm going to do so, I want to have that like lined up well in advance. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want it to just be some like quick decision that I have to make like in February or January, and then in March and April is when I have to, oh my, what is this fucking creature? Horrible. Hate that guy. Hate this guy. Hate this guy. Kill him. Smack him in the head. Oh, that noise. I remember that. Oh, what are these balls with the faces on them? Wow. Did I get all the treasure? I'm missing treasure, chat. How am I missing treasure? This takes you back to the beginning, I think. Back to the beginning we go. We're gonna go back and speed run. Wait, what are we missing now? I'm missing the 4th and 7th treasures. Okay, okay. But they're not necessarily always sequential. Like, this one was way out of order. Anyhow, the point that I would like to, I guess, stress or, you know, drive home is that, yes, I'm going to have to change my place of employment someday. Yes, I'm going to have to, like, do something a little bit uncomfortable or scary and, like, honestly a little bit sad, personally, and say goodbye to this place, say goodbye to the place that I love to live in. But it's for the sake of, you know, myself, my partner, my life, my dream, etc., etc. So, I'm a big boy. I know all of this. I'm aware. I can handle it. But I do want it to be like kind of, I'm a planner. I like things to be somewhat set in stone, well in advance, and I want to have this job like lined up at least 3 to 4 months before the transition would have to happen. You know what I'm talking about? So this all was happening, this nightmare job interview that I'm about to try to maybe actually get to the details of now. This was all taking place in like January of this year, technically, this calendar year. And I don't know, I was like, I don't know, because, you know, when you're applying for jobs, the whole job application life, it's so miserable, and you get ignored so much and rejected so much, and, you know, it gets to the point where when anyone gets back to you and they're like, yeah, we would like to talk to you some more, you're like, okay, what? Yes? Interview? Okay. And that's where I was with this at that point. So this company gets back to me and they're like, yeah, we'd like to have an interview with you. And I was like, all right. Oh, we got the green one. We're looking for the green one. Where could it be? So I talked to them. It goes fine. It goes well. It's on the interview is online, obviously, and you know, it went great, I think. So then they're like, that's very nice of you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, darling. That's a very nice thing to say. I generally tend to take that kind of attitude toward things as well. Not necessarily because I'm like relentlessly positive as a person in like a very genuine way. Though I am, kinda. But more than anything, I just tend to find it like, you know, how else am I gonna feel about things? Like shit? Well, that's just gonna make me feel like shit, and I don't want to feel like shit. So I might as well, like, think positively as much as I can. It's not always as easy as that, necessarily, but, you know, if you just tell yourself that enough, you start to actually do it in some ways. Blah! I'm at a total loss for where this green button is. Dish. I think they're always hidden such that you can see them from the front. Snowstorm warning? Yeah, it's coming. At least for us over here. It's, as the Japanese, as we like to say, it's Oyuki hours. It's big time snow. It's gonna be coming down right about now, I think, out here. Or maybe not, maybe a little bit later. But, anyhow. I have these interviews with this company online. There were actually, like, 2 interviews. Oh, yeah, I never did come all the way over this way. There's the button. I want to push Wario's buttons, baby. Right. And I'm still missing one of the Wario gold statue pieces. His butt. His big, juicy egg salad butt. You're gonna grab a hold of Wario's ass and it's gonna feel like a trash bag full of cottage cheese. So we have two interviews? 2 online interviews with this company. It's fine. It goes well enough. I want you also to bear in mind, by the way, that when this job was being advertised, I was looking at the job listing and they were like, no Japanese required. You can do this job with 0 Japanese capability. And I was like, well, I have some Japanese capability. How did I just not get this? There it is. Where do you suppose the last golden Wario is? Huh. But I was like, all right, well, that just makes things a little bit easier for me, I guess. So, yeah, cool. No Japanese required. Nice. Dish. But in the second interview, in the second online interview, the interviewer starts, she's like, okay, I'm going to ask you a question in Japanese, and I want you to try to answer it in Japanese. And I was like, oh, okay. So she asked me something to the extent of like, you know, what do you think makes a good teacher? And I don't know. It's a very like pedagogical. It's a tough question to answer because it's a very philosophical, like high-minded thing to start spouting off about in not your first language. Boss time, by the way. Oh, this fucking guy! Oh! I'm a number 1. I'ma take a piece! I really don't like this guy. 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 Spin his ass. Spin! Oh, he's come. Oh, Lord. Oh. Nice. Now we pile drive. Nice. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Oh! Oh, he's so fast! Oh, he's so fast, it's so terrifying. Nice. He's not even done. He's not even... Oh, he's done. He's done. Quick, Wario, eat his puke. Eat his golden coin puke. Nice. Hell yes. I love it. I love it. Again, the spiraling toward the screen, very Wario Land 4. Alright. I love it. Beautiful. Man, Charles was giving that laugh his full fucking egg salad-y ass.
Beautiful.
Wario, I want you to crawl around on the ground, put on your diaper, fill it up with pickle relish, and crawl around on the ground like a baby. Crawl around on the ground like a baby. Absolutely. When I first got to Japan, that's another thing about the job that I have currently. There are a lot of jobs, if you have like a college degree, there are a lot of jobs you can get in Japan that you don't have to be able to speak Japanese. Because they will like, kind of from an office somewhere, in some cases better, in some cases worse, like handle bureaucratically the details of your life. They will like set up a bank account for you, or they'll get someone to do it for you. It's all generally above board, but you know, they handle everything for you. Now, they say this and they advertise this, and you know, I don't want to like air some dirty laundry like too much and get a little bit unprofessional, but there have been times where my employer, they say that and then they don't really follow through with it all that well. So you're like, you know, like you said, I'm not like out on the street and I'm not like homeless and starving, but there are times where I'm in like a tight situation or a spot that I can't very easily get myself out of, and the company was just of no help whatsoever. A prime example of this would have been when I was trying to fucking move all the way across Fukushima Prefecture during the period where COVID was like the worst. I mean, it was COVID time. It was like March, April of 2020. And the company was, they weren't like ghosting me, but I was just like, hey, can you help me like rent a car or like a giant van to move my refrigerator and washing machine across the prefecture? Can you help me see pictures? Because, you know, I live in, I've described this before, but I live in like municipal housing, which means that the Board of Education, the municipality, the town that I work for or am dispatched to, they own pretty nice apartments that are pretty cheap, and I just live in those, as do like other, you know, like town employees, people who work at the town hall, other teachers. So the company like arranged that for me, but I kept asking them, I was like, can you show me pictures of it? Because I don't know if my refrigerator and washing machine that I have are gonna go anywhere in there. Because a lot of times you have to have like appliances that specifically fit a very particular kind of apartment. And where I used to live, it was also a teacher house, but it was quite big. And I wasn't sure if the refrigerator and washing machine and stuff that I had bought were gonna fit in this new apartment. So on several occasions, and this is over like a 2-week period where I'm trying to like clean up my apartment, sell things I don't need, get a moving van, arrange things to move out, say goodbye to the school I was working at the time. You know, the company was of like virtually zero help to me. They couldn't tell me anything about where I was going to move to. They couldn't help me get a moving van. They couldn't help me shut off my utilities and get them moved. You have to move your internet. You have to call the internet company and get that sorted out. It was, chat, it was so fucking bad. In addition to, I mean, like, you know, like I'm saying with the town where I live in now, I quite liked it where I lived. It was another, like, small town, like, I know everyone really well, and everyone's really close. And it was great. I loved it there. And then, like, a month, not even that, like 3 weeks before it was time for me to vacate the premises, because there's, like, a weird, it's not weird, but it's like a Japanese dispatch worker law, where under certain conditions you can't work in the same place for more than 3 years. And my 3-year time period was up. And, you know, these you have to have something to, like, crack the door open with. Oh my god, these. Oh, fuck, the music is traumatizing me. Hold on, chat. The music in the game is, like, a little bit loud for me. I feel like I'm shouting ever so slightly.
Oh my god!
There we go. Yeah, I know, right? You know, being abandoned by the systems that are supposed to support me just makes me want to beat the shit out of this arrow. Have a rotten day! That's what the company was saying to me. I love these. These are so good. They're also, they're somewhat Mario Sunshine-esque. Dish! Right off the ledge. Dish yourself right off the ledge. I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to jump over. I know I can do it. Then there's that little musical sting at the start. Oh, chat. Oh, we're taking a trip down memory lane here with these. Blah! Challenge pissing. Challenge pissing, Wario. You can do it. Woo! The scream. Oh, you gotta press it again. You gotta press it again. Dish! Dish! Dash! Oh! You're gonna hear this at least 500 more times, chat, so get used to it. Boop! Too bad there's no lava for me to fall in. Eh. Oh, it's so... The jump is so... You don't have as much momentum. It's not Mario. It's not Mario. Okay? Oh! Okay, anyways, let me continue talking about... Let me continue my story. Right. So, like, yeah, where am I? Oh! Oh! Maybe I should look from the side. Maybe that would help. It's dish. Oh, it's so Wario is so antsy. This is not necessary, but it's jumping practice. Dish. Well, yeah, the company kept doing nothing, and I give up, chat. I'm gonna the loser's route. I'm having a rotten day. The company continued doing nothing, and I had to do everything by myself, and I gotta tell you, it was a very educational experience, not only in, like, you know, literally learning how to rent a car, and, like, how to move, and transfer my utilities, and, do a lot of really, you know, boring but necessary life stuff in a different language. But it really taught me that, like, oh, I can do all of this with fucking without them. Like, they love, you see, that's the thing about these fucking companies, these dispatch companies that get you teaching English for them, is they're like, oh yeah, you don't have to be able to speak Japanese, you just have to rely completely on the company for everything. And then you like, develop it, it's like a crutch, and you can't, like, I know people, and I'm not, you know, I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to necessarily throw shade or anything, but, like, I know people who have been here as long as I have, and I'm not naming anybody, literally do not mean this about anybody I, like, know on a personal basis, but I'm talking, like, people who work for other companies, just other foreigners I know. And they're like, man, you're so, like, independent, and you're so, like, you know, strong-willed, and you seem like you have it all together, and you can, like, confidently navigate the stickier, more difficult parts of living in Japan as a foreigner with a poor command over Japanese. At which point I go, hey, 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 who you saying has a poor command of Japanese? Certainly not I. Owie. I love the way he hops around. He hop when he hurt. But they're like, how do you do it? And I'm like, well, it's a little thing called believing in yourself, friendo. No, it's that, but it's also like that experience. Jesus Christ, Wario, he loves the spike balls. It's a little bit of just like self-confidence and elbow grease and can-do-itiveness, but it's also that experience having to move all by myself during a really difficult time. It helped me a lot in ways that still stick with me. Because I'm like, every time something is kind of hard, I'm like, you know what? I've gone through worse. And it wasn't even, I'm like, nobody died. I wasn't like sick. I wasn't destitute. It was just really stressful and confusing and scary. And, but you know, I'm not necessarily like trying to say it's like a sob story or anything. But it was not egg salad. It was not egg salad. Anyways. This job, yeah. The job that I'm interviewing for online, they're like, you don't need Japanese, but let's try to see, you know, let's just see where your Japanese is at in the interview. And I was like, okay, well, I did my best. And I think I tripped up a lot because, like I said earlier, they were like, what do you think makes a good teacher? And I was like, well, that gets awfully, you know, philosophical. But I'll do my best. And I did. And then they go, okay, well, here's the thing. You've passed the previous 2 online rounds of interviews. We like you. We think you would be a great fit. We think you would do a great job. The thing is, here at this company, which will remain unnamed, I don't want to dox you wouldn't dox a company. Oh my god, these fucking guys, boss arenas. You gotta swing other guys into them. Ooh, spin! Continue to spin! I need you to continue spinning. They were like, we can't hire you unless you talk directly to our CEO. It's a like kind of a startup-ish situation. It's not a huge company. They're like, we want you to come to Tokyo, and our CEO does not do the final interview online. We want you to come to the company headquarters in Shinjuku in Tokyo and talk with the CEO. And I was like, well, okay, I've come this far with this interview process. The job seems like it might be fun. The pay, they're like, they gave you like a window of salary figures you could expect. This is somewhat common here, and I don't know about in the United States because I've spent most of my adult job-seeking life in Japan. So I couldn't tell you about America and how it's done over there. But it's very common for companies to like give you kind of a range of potential salaries, but then reserve the right to, you know, be like, we will give you a final for sure figure after we're done with the interview. Because I guess if they're like particularly impressed with your performance in the interview, they might offer you more money. I don't know. Anyways, I really was, and I was talking to a lot of different people about it. I was seeking advice and counsel from pretty much everybody in my life. I was like, do you think I should go to Tokyo to have this job interview? Because, yeah, well, that's also true. They're always like, the other reason for them doing it in a range is because they'll just be like, they try to attract you with that high figure, and then they're like, we ain't paying anybody that high figure, dumbass. But this is where me being pretty poor in the kind of, you know, winter and spring months comes into effect. Because a trip to Tokyo for me, I mean, when I do that, I'm about to go to the United States to visit my family for the holidays. That's gonna be like a, I don't know, man. All told, with, because this time I'm gonna have to get a hotel. The person who I usually stay with, I can't stay with this time. With hotels and bullet trains and transportation to the airport, we're not even counting the airplane ticket. It's gonna be like a $400 affair. And, you know, for me, on any day, that's a lot of money. But especially when I'm, like, broke in the spring and winter time, that's a huge chunk of change to ask me to put down to come to Tokyo for, like, a day. And it was all very last minute, and I just, you know, not really sure I even wanted the job. But after talking to a lot of people, I was like, you know what? Something in my gut is telling me I should give it a shot. Something in my gut is saying you shouldn't have eaten that egg salad from Wario's diaper, but also give it a shot. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You go to Tokyo, you get to see your friends in Tokyo for a day or two, and then you have the job interview, and if you don't like how the job interview goes, then guess what? You don't have to take the job. That was my rationale going into it. So I did break the bank. I even asked them. I was like, hey, so I don't get paid a lot. My paycheck is like not complete in the winter months. Can you like at least partly compensate my trip to Tokyo for this job interview? And they're like, sorry, no, we're not gonna do that. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. Anyways, I get down there. I go into the job interview. It's a big swanky fucking building, hotel. It's a big swanky business building in Shinjuku. Nice looking place. Oh no. Oh, not the rhinoceros, no! No. 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 No, 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 no! Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Oh, yes. It's like a big building where I have to, like, buzz in. They have to, like, come down to the bottom floor to let me through. I believe it was what was it? Square Enix was in the same building. This is a building that Square Enix's Tokyo offices were in. I was like, damn, that's where I want to be working, dog. I did the Eric Andre let me in meme there. I was like, let me in! Please give me a job interview, God! But, I need a big guy. You can't grab these little guys. I need a big guy to spin that wheel over there. There's a big guy. That's a big guy. Oh, God. I have to, like, spin it this way and then, like, go out here. Yeah. Speed! Good luck. So anyways, I get up there. I'm in my suit. You know, I'm not much of a suit wearing man. I wear a suit when it's necessary, but otherwise I'm business casual. It's not like a John Fetterman thing where I'm just like, I gotta be a slob all the time. But it's just a, you know, getting me in a suit is, you know, something is fucking happening if Dylan is in a suit. All right. So, should I go? I don't think I can go down. Down is bad. We don't go down. All right, what do we got here? Perspective puzzles. Ouch. I get in there. It's a typical office building. It's fine. I'm very, very nervous. But I'm like, all right, it's gonna be fine. Don't be nervous, it's fine. The person who did the job interviews online up to now, I'm assuming she's like the HR type person, but she was very pleasant through the whole process and, you know, made it seem like they really wanted to hire me. So I was like, they want you to work here, dude. Come on, don't be nervous. Don't be crazy about it. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go down. I think it's just gonna take me to the unicorn's lair. Oh! that was correct. God damn it. I wasn't sure. I had to be sure. You must confirm. You must confirm. Ugh. Don't interact. Do not interact. Yes. Yeah! So, I get taken into a room. And I'm speaking with the same people who I've been kind of guided through this whole process in the online stage. They're in the room with me. They're like, well, we're just gonna calibrate you. We're gonna have another talk before the CEO gets in here. Just gonna, you know, warm you up maybe a little bit. Basically all the same questions I'd already been asked. It's standard job interview stuff, like why do you want to work here? Why do you want to leave your current job? You know, why do you think you're suited for this work? Like, especially considering that I have taught school children most of my career, or all of my career, they're like, okay, well, why do you want to transition into teaching, like, adults? It's fine. So she goes, okay, I'm going to bring in the CEO now. And no amount of telling myself not to be nervous was going to... Ooh. Oh, I see. You know, no amount of repeating the mantra was going to make it just work automatically. So I'm shaking like a leaf on a motherfucking tree. And again, like when you're having a job interview in the States as well, there are like rules of job interview etiquette that you should probably abide by. But, you know, there is no rule-loving culture or nation more up their own ass about like social etiquette than fucking Japan, dude. It's fucking crazy. Down to like when you're having a job interview, you go and watch YouTube videos about like how to do a Japanese job interview, and it's like you should put, if you have a suitcase or briefcase or like any piece of luggage or belongings, you should put it down on like a certain side of your chair. You know, don't sit down until you're asked to sit down, or like, you know, just all this stupid, like, this social etiquette dance that I find somewhat tiring sometimes when it comes to Japanese culture. But I'm trying to remember all of that stuff, and, you know, it's very nerve-wracking. And this guy comes in here, and I'm gonna, like, basically just recount some of this stuff as I remember it, but, you know, he's very, like, immediately cold and distant and, like, not very, he's just, like, not very present. And he sits down across from me, and he's, like, he asked me some of the, like, basic job interview questions, like, yeah, like, you know, why should we hire you, basically? And I was like, well, and I go into my spiel that I had rehearsed, and, chat, I think most of us know where you look when you're talking to people. It's at their eyes sometimes, but you don't, like, sit and stare at your speaking partner's eyeballs the entire time you're talking to them. Am I crazy about that? Am I wrong there? I understand that eye contact is, like, a good and important part of any conversation or, like, human relations, but I don't... Yeah, nobody just sits there and fucking stares. Right? You, like, look off to the corner of the room, you gesticulate, your eyes, like, your eyes wander. Well, not with this guy, because the minute I did that, he literally did the snap. He, like, reached across the table and snapped in my face and was like... Oh, this is in Japanese, by the way. For a job that I was told, it was stressed to me multiple times, did not require me to speak Japanese. But he's doing all this in Japanese, and he's like, look over here, look at me when you're talking to me. And I was like, all right. I was like, I'm sorry. I did it. I did the thing. I was like, but he's like, all right, continue. And I was like, all right. So I keep on talking. And then just because it's normal for me to do that when I speak, to just, like, let my eyes go somewhere else, I was like, I did it again. And he goes, like, you're doing it again. And I was like, oh, sorry. And then I do it a third time. And he's like, are you taking this job interview seriously at all? And I was like, yeah, I am. I mean, I came all the way to Tokyo and spent a lot of my own money to get here to have this interview. And he's like, well, it doesn't really seem like you're taking it very seriously because you can't even look me in the eyes. And I was like, oh, well, you know, maybe I'm just nervous. This is all what I was saying. I was like, sorry about that. I guess I'm just a little bit nervous, and I just, you know, wasn't comfortable making direct eye contact the entire time I was answering. But okay, I'll try to do that. And he broke me. I was like, I was not standing up for myself. I was like, it was subservient mode. I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. Sorry. I was minion mode. Yeah, boss. Yeah, you're not even my boss yet, boss. Yeah, boss. Sure, boss. But, you know, it went downhill from there. He goes, you know, what do you think? What is one of your best qualities? And I was like, well, seeing as how I am having this conversation with you right now in a language that is my second language, and I came to Japan speaking not a lick of Japanese and have, you know, acquired this command of the language. What a humble command of the language, but, you know, I get by. And considering, like, I work in schools where I have to communicate with a number of different people, be that, you know, teachers, other people with whom I coordinate classes, because we don't just, you know, we have special classes where we have English language conversations with all different kinds of people. You know, I have to do a lot of communication with people that are, you know, extra institutional to my actual school. I have to communicate with a bunch of different kinds of kids. Like, I teach them all from, like, 5 years old, actually even younger, and all the way up to, like, 16. And certain groups of kids, especially the junior high school kids, when it comes to, like, standardized test prep, I have to work with them on, like, a pretty close one-on-one basis. So, given all that, I think, and given my effectiveness in my workplaces, in those respective workplaces, I think I'm a pretty good communicator. And he like chortles at that. He goes, ha! What was Wario just doing? So Wario was twerking. Oh, one of these rooms, huh? Where's the thing? We gotta play Where's the Thing? I see it shining through your teeth, dummy. Get out of here. But the question is there also a golden statue piece in here? I think there probably is. It's just going to be very annoying to find it. Anyways, I think I'm a pretty effective communicator. And the guy goes, huh? And I was like, well, what's the problem? And he's like, you think you're an effective communicator? You think based on your performance in this job interview so far that you're being an effective communicator? I'd like to see you prove that you're an effective communicator, because I haven't sure seen you do that so far. And I was just like, oh, okay. Just, like, you know, I'm becoming ever more demoralized by the second. It's just, you know, it's... Some of it I can't even, like, remember, because I kind of just, like, entered, like, get through the interview mode. And I just want to not be in this room right now with you. Is where I was at. Is that a Tanuki statue? Chat. Tanuki statue. Minus the balls. Does it have balls? Oh, I wanted to get a better look to see if it had balls. Oh, man. Oh, these guys are so annoying. Which way are we going now? Anyways, yeah, it was fucking miserable. I'm trying to think of more instances of just, like, blatant abuse and disrespect that I experienced in that interview, but it might just come bubbling up to the surface. It does sometimes. I'll just be, like, sitting at my desk, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember something else he said to me. Oh, I wanted to do a pile driver, man. Egg salad. Okay. Oh, yeah. I actually, no, you don't have to get all of these guys, but if you do, you get the secret ending, I think is what the deal is. You need all of them for the real ending. Pressed the wrong button. So anyways, that by the way, that whole process of me just, you know, doing my very best. And yeah, I think like what you said, Cryptic, earlier, easier. I think what you said earlier is that this is a mutual, like, you know, thank you, Chad. That's very sweet. I appreciate the sentiment. I'm basically fine. I want to get, you know, I guess when I get to the end of it, I'll give the, like, how do I feel about what happened in that room assessment of the situation. But I do appreciate that, and it's not lost on me what you're saying there. It's true. I know that. But thank you, sweetest of sweethearts. Oh yeah, we're not even done. The roller coaster continues, by the way, because that whole process of me getting berated and, you know, belittled and made fun of, basically, by a guy that was like asking me to work for him, by the way. I would like to emphasize, like, this was not even a job that I wanted that bad. This was not like, my dream job. Oh, this sounds so fun. I want this job so bad. Whether or not I was even going to take the trip down to Tokyo for the interview was a matter of great consternation for me. So, like, I don't know. It was kind of a galling to think, like, this guy was, like, talking to me like, this guy should be so fucking lucky that I'm offering him this job. I'm like, no. I barely even fucking wanted it. Anyhow, where's the pink button? Oh, no. So, finally, an hour and some change of this process. And eventually he's like, I think at the end he asked me something that I might have, like, said that somewhat impressed him, because he was like, tell me something, a workplace success that you're, like, proud of. And I was like, well, you know, my junior high school kids have to take a standardized English test. It's not dissimilar to the test that I just got done taking, but for Japanese. But they take an English test, and when that test is coming up for them, I spend a lot of time, like, test prepping with them, because there's also, like, there's an interview section where they have to have, like, an English language interview with the test person. We do a lot of practice for that. I do a lot of written exam practice with them, and I have pretty good results. Like, my kids consistently pass the tests that they're prepping for with me. And he was like, so, you know, what does a session like that look like? And I'm like, well, on a given day after school, I wind up staying and doing that one-on-one prep with that kid for, like, up to an hour and a half, almost every day of the week. And he was like, because they know my working hours at my current job. He's like, whoa, you get paid for that? And I'm like, no, I don't get paid for that. My company only pays me for, like, they pay me for, like, 9 to 5, basically. If I stay at school longer than that and do stuff that, you know, is necessary for me to do to get my job done or to help my students, that's on me. My company is not paying me for that. And now, you know, if I was just working at a fucking office, ticky-tick-tacking at a fucking keyboard, there is absolutely no shot I would do that. I would not be staying doing unpaid overtime. But I work at a school full of kids who I care about, and I want the best for them, and I'm in a position to help them, and I'm not gonna not help them. And that's what I said in the interview, and he's like, wow, that's really impressive. And I was like, well, it took us to the very end of the interview, but I'm glad I said something that impressed you, you jerk. I didn't say that. I was not brave enough to say that. It was one of those, like, post-fight shower thoughts. When you're in the shower and you're like, yeah, that's what I should have said, yeah. But, you know, he's like, all right, well, that's it. We need to go talk. He and the HR lady. He's like, we're gonna go talk. We'll be back. Just chill out in here. And I was like, all right. They left me in that room for an hour and 15 minutes. I was just, and by the, you know, they walk out of the room, and I'm like, my ears are ringing with like what started off as just like kind of, you know, I guess this is the part where I can get into how it made me feel. Like, you know, this came up a little bit earlier. I have a very nice chat, and I have the best chat in the whole goddamn world. Chat, if there was a Game Awards award for best chat, you would win hands down. Unfortunately, Geoff Keighley has rigged the vote so that the award for best chat is going to go to, it says here, Hideo Kojima? I don't know how that works, but apparently. But no, I have nice friends and nice chat members and really supportive people in my life. And so when people are like, you know, I believe it'll work out for you because you're like so, you know, you're forward-facing and optimistic, and you know you can do anything you put your mind to, yada yada. I don't want to yada 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 through it, but because it's, you know, it's true, and it's not just cliche. But that's the kind of stuff people are like, you know, you're capable, you're able, you're good at stuff. I believe in you, and I appreciate that, and I don't take that for granted. But, you know, I also think that about myself. Like, I want to say that so that nobody ever really necessarily worries about me too much. There you go. Thank you. Take me down a peg. Take me down a peg or two. Peg me down a 2. Wait, hold on. Peg me down number 2. No, hold on. No, I have a pretty good sense of self and like a good degree of like, I don't know if self-confidence is the right word, but you know, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm not like sitting and letting this get to me too much. And even before this whole job interview, I was like, I think I have this just like inborn, I don't know, like a positive attitude. I don't know how I've cultivated it, how I've developed it. Does that mean that I don't like have bad days? And does that mean that I never feel like shitty? No, of course not. I have those days. Everyone has those days. But ultimately, I don't let that stuff get to me. I keep going forward. I don't sweat the small stuff. I worry about trying to change what I can and forgetting about what I can't. All that stuff. I have a pretty positive outlook on life, ultimately, is what I'm trying to say. Because, you know, after coming to Japan, and again, I'm trying not to like make it sound like this is the hardest thing in the world to do, because it's really not. But, you know, going to a country where you don't speak the language, even if you made the decision to do that, and that's kind of a crazy fucking decision, it can be hard. There's hard stuff. It can be lonely. It can be stressful. It can be frustrating. You can be I'm far away from home. I don't see my friends and family as much as I would like to. You know, I get homesick. And I'm pretty sure I'm committed to this path in life, and there are times when it gets to me, despite my relentless positivity, you know? And, like, I try to, in spite of all that, like, just really do my best at anything that I do. And that served me pretty well. And I will say also, by the way, a lot of what's helped me to cultivate that is the fact of working in Japanese schools, because Japanese teachers, like, you know, are generally a very relentlessly positive, professional, well-rounded, well-put-together, kind, impressive individuals is what I would say. I cannot find the pink button. Dish. So, it's a lot of monkey see, monkey do, and just being surrounded by really positive, happy, professional, good people in the workplace has really helped with that. But, you know, that's where I'm at. Not very much can get me totally down. Not very much really defeats me. In fact, pretty much nothing. But in that interview with that guy, and looking into his fucking face, and like him, you know, because I was following the cues of like surviving in Japanese workplaces, of like not losing your cool, not flipping out, like even if you're being kind of mistreated, which has never really happened to me before, but like, you know, even if no matter what the situation, maintain a cool head. Try to win over the person. Kill him with kindness. Kill him with kindness. And this guy, kindness had no effect on this individual. Like, he was just relentlessly being a dickhead to me. And maybe it just goes to show that I don't interact with that kind of person very much in my life. Or not, at least in a one-on-one scenario. Like, I've been in, you know, in public with strangers. It can be kind of grating when people don't have, like, common sense or, you know, graces of a good social contract abiding. Courtesy, common courtesy is the term I think I was looking for. That can be grating and annoying, but, like, an extended one-on-one conversation where somebody takes your well-established sense of self-worth and positivity and just, like, smashes it into 100 fucking pieces. In the moments after the guy left the room, I was like, I'm pretty sure I was gaping. My mouth was agape. And I was, like, cold and empty. And just kind of, like, like I said, my fucking ears were ringing. I was just like, what just happened? But then, you know, I'm sitting in there for an hour and 15 minutes in fucking silence on the, I don't know, 38th floor of this Tokyo business high-rise building. Where is the button, chat? I need the button location. Someone tell me where the egg salading button is. Where do you think it is? I'm going back to the beginning one more time. You never know. Maybe the button is hidden somewhere at the beginning. I don't think they usually do that, but maybe they did. Yeah, so I'm sitting in there in that room for an hour, and all of my, like, existential... Yeah, I'm, like, picking up the existential pieces of my soul and, like, taping them back together. Just trying to get over what just happened. Because, I mean, again, I don't want to, like, catastrophize or anything, but, like, it wasn't the end of the world. Some guy treated me like a dick in a job interview. Whatever, man. Worse things happen to people every day. But, you know, it was affecting. It was shocking. It was unexpected. And I'm sitting in there, and this kind of sad, shattered feeling is slowly turning to, like, I think, righteous fucking anger. I was like, actually, fuck you. Actually, fuck you. Because the longer I'm sitting in here by myself, after having had that done to me, I'm like, no, why am I even sitting here? As 10 minutes turns to 20 minutes, turns to 30 minutes, turns to an hour, I'm like, no, actually. I don't care. You could come in here and fucking offer me a job on the spot, on the high end of the salary range that you said you were willing to offer me, and I would just be like, no. I would say no. So, I'm sitting in there, they still haven't come back, and I'm just about to stand up, walk out of the room, catch the receptionist on my way out, and be like, hey, sorry, I don't know where they went, but if you see the company CEO and the HR lady, tell them I'm okay. Tell them I went home and I do not need a follow-up email. Thank you very much. Just as I was about to do that, they come back in. They come back in. That's probably what I should have said. Yet another, like, post-facto, man, that's what I should have said kind of moment. Chat, I do want to find the pink button. I want to find that button. Where is it? Ugh. Is it maybe... Do you think it's under one of these disgusting enemy splorpers? Probably not. This one seems indestructible. Or maybe I have to kill it with a different move? Have a rotten day. Tell the CEO to have a rotten day. So that's not it. So they come back in. Both of them. And the... Oh! The HR lady is like, alright, I'm gonna give you a tour of the office now. And I was like, what? Why? She's like, alright, come with me. And so we're touring the office. And she's taking me down the hall, and she's like, you know, the hallway, there's a big round brown carpet where 4 hallways intersect. And she's like, what do you think this brown... and the hallway carpet is blue. And she goes, what do you suppose the blue of the hallway floor and the brown of the circle in the middle represent? And I was like, I don't... they represent dirt? And she was like, close. This represents the earth. And it was like, because, you know, our clients are all going out to study and work in different places in the world, and it was just shit like that. She was pointing out minor elements of the office's design, and saying, like, our CEO thought of this. This was when he was designing this space. You can tell, by the way, this guy, I don't know how he got his money, if it was from mommy and daddy, but he was just like, I want to start a company, and so he did, and he got this fucking, like, office space in Shinjuku, and just was like, let me start a company so I can be a dick to everybody and be on an insane power trip all the time. Good luck. That's what I have to say to that guy. Good luck. But she's just like, yeah, look at this element of the fucking wallpaper. The CEO thought of that. He thinks of everything. Chat, I'm looking up the pink button. I'm looking up the pink button. What is the name of this level? Excitement Central. Greenhorn Ruins. Yeah, she takes... It's like one of those big, like, shared office spaces, like an open floor plan where everyone works in the same room. She's like, okay, here's where these people work. There's where these people work. There's a fucking bar in the office. She's like, do you drink? And I'm like, well, after this I will be. I actually did say that, and she was like, ha 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 ha, like laughing, chuckling at that. She takes me all the way, but there's like, so we loop back around, it goes into a hallway. She's like, and here's where you'll be doing your job, and she shows me there's like people doing the job that I would be doing. And this is something that was only revealed to me right in this moment, is that the fucking... Wait, close to the goal, south of the pedestal where the purple spriteling is found. What? South of the pedestal? Chat, south of the pedestal? Guide said south of the pedestal. Come on, spin! Wrong spin direction! Spin the other way! The pedal stool. South of the pedestal where you found the spriteling. But that's just... That takes me to hell. That's literally hell. Wait, that's where the platform is. Where's the button? Where's the button? Chest location. Treasure button location. Hidden behind some rock blocks near the 3rd swirly spinner operated gate. What? Hidden behind some block rocks. Oh my god, these? Oh man. Oh! Oh my god. Oh my god. How many times am I gonna have to go to Purple Rhino Hell? Dish. Oh! Alright, so... She's like... She brings me back around, we do a full lap of the office. And then... we wind up looping back into the proper office area. Oh, wait, yeah, I never... So here's another, reveal. She's like, all right, here's where you would be doing your job. Or did I say this? Sorry, chat, can't remember. Anyways, I look into the room. There's a bunch of foreigners like me, like, doing, conversations with people. Like, you know, their clients, the people who they're helping prep to go abroad for their work study or yeah, working holiday or whatever. It's an NES. Look at that. Look at that. There's a is that Nintendo Entertainment System? That's that Nintendo Entertainment. I hate this boss. This boss is fucking disgusting. Ugh, and it sounds like a fucking chainsaw? Why? I hate the bosses. Ooh, scythe arms! Scythe arms, scythe teeth, scythe balls. Oh, the noises, man, the noises. Anyways, all of these people are doing the English conversation stuff. They're doing it online. These people, you're just sitting in front of a computer having these conversations with their clients that they have, and I'm sure that the people that they get to like sign up for this company's services pay an insane amount of fucking money. But yeah, it's just like glorified, and I don't know. This is gonna mean more maybe to like people who are aware of the teaching English in Japan life, but online English conversation jobs are a dime a fucking dozen. They're very easy to get. And that's not what I want to do. If I wanted to just like have a job where I spoke to somebody online to teach them English, I could do that from fucking home. That's not the kind of job that I thought I was interviewing for. So I was like, oh, now I definitely don't want to fucking do this job. No, I'm good. No, thank you. Just sitting in front of a computer all fucking day. Boring. All right. So, well, and chat, it's so beautiful because the story still continues. We come back around into the main office. So this whole time, the person giving me the tour of the office has just been the HR lady. I remember when I was a little kid, I loved just like jumping up on all this shit. I thought it was so cool that they just, and it's not like huge or anything, but just coming up here and going, "Arr! Dish!" Letting Wario make little noises all over the map. It's a delightful little game. Here we go. Boss time. Real boss time. We come back around into the main office area. It's me and the... Oh my god, it's King K... Oh, no. That's not King K. Chat, if you're under 18, look away now. I know that's most of my chat members. Ooh! I forgot the shockwave. That's so clever of me. You're 27? I think you should still look away. Yush! You're such a fucking pro wrestler in this game. It rocks, dude. Grab on. I'm on that tail. I got that Queen K. Rool tail. So, HR lady guides me back into the office. Now, everyone's like... Everyone in the company is like standing there looking at me, like gathered around the door that I walk in. And then approaching me from behind and the side is the CEO. And he goes like, owie. Oh, that was fucking strats, dude. Chat, that was strats. You gotta take damage to give damage. That's what I always say. That's my entrepreneur tip of the day. Hell yeah. Is it 3 and done on this guy? Nope. It's not done till that fucking thong comes off. Ow. Oh, I'm flat. You're flat! Oh, I just saw the skulls down there for the HP. Yeah, jump in the lava. Yeah, jump in the lava. It's good for you. Yeah, but you're a lizard, so I bet you like that kind of thing. Let me up your ass. Nice. Yes, and he comes up behind me. No. I didn't do the throw correctly. Oh, I beefed it. Oh. There we go. Oh my god. And he like puts his hand on my shoulder, and now he's acting all chummy, and he's like addressing the entire company like to me. he's like, hey everyone, this is Dylan. He came all the way down from Fukushima to interview with us today, and you know, I really enjoyed talking to him. He told me in the interview he like really cares about his students, and I think that's a great quality in a teacher. And I was like, what is going on? And he goes to one of the employees, he's like, hey, do you have something for him? And the guy like reaches behind his back and what the fuck? The guy reaches behind his back and pulls out, that's right, a little Wario. No, he pulls out like a fucking certificate that you would get for winning the spelling bee at school. It's like a PDF on like slightly thick paper. And it says, this is an offer of employment. They were offering me a job. And that's what I said. I said, so, whoa. Classic Breadbug. Forgot the echo was on. All right. So at this point, HR lady takes me into the other room, and she's like, all right, now we're going to hash out the details of the offer that we're giving you, how much we're going to pay you. You know, in Japan, it's very standard to get your transportation costs to and from work compensated. And for that purpose, we're going to, like, discuss, like, we'll also help you out with rent if you live in a certain area, like, within a certain distance of the company. This music is also great. Hey. We go in. The pay is, like, it's fine, but what I am saying is that for the entire process up to now that I've described to have been worth it, and for me to have taken that job, the pay would have had to, like, blow me away. It would have had to blow me and blow me away. The theme of this world chat is spooky. But it was nothing special. It was just like, you know, there were a bunch of other jobs that I was just not applying for because I was like, you know what? I can make this much money elsewhere. So it was not like, yeah, I was not impressed. Are these dry boneses? You gotta beat the big bone fist up ahead or you can't move on. That thing is bad. If you watch, you'll slam. Slam and welcome to the jam. All right. So she goes, also, yeah, well, here's another sticking point of this whole thing. They go, this is what? I think at this point, this is like the last month of February. And as I was lining out earlier, I need these, if I'm going to move, if I'm going to terminate the relationship that I have with this company and the more importantly, the town that I work in and love very much right now, finger gun. I need to have like 6 months, 4 to 6 months notice maybe. 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 3 to 6 months. That gives me enough time to, you know, amicably part ways with the place where I live and work now, find a new place to live. That's far, folks. Moving from Fukushima to Tokyo is no joke. That's quite a move. Like, in terms of the actual, like, the kind of place I would be living, and also just, like, how far I have to go. Trying to find an apartment. By the way, in Japan, they're pretty infamous sometimes for not wanting to rent to foreigners. So, and also gay people, that's a thing, by the way. They'll, like, refuse to rent to gay couples. Some couples will have to, like, lie and say that they're just, like, friends so they can get an apartment together. Real. I mean, I'm sure they do that in some places in the States, too, but, you know, what I am saying is that there's a lot involved in the process. So, I want a good amount of time to get that shit sorted out. And so in this interview, or at the end of the interview, when she's like, all right, when can you start if you take this job? And I was like, I told you this during the online part of the interview, but I can't start until, like, July. And she was like, well, sorry, that's a deal breaker for us. We want you to start in March. Or, sorry, April. Like a month, basically. a month and a week from now. And I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that. You want me to... Again, this is all stuff that came up in the interview. I was like, if I'm going to come down to Tokyo and waste my time and money for this interview with your CEO, I need you to know that I can't start until July. Because that gives me, here in this, like, basically March, that gives me, like, 4 months. Gives me 4 months to, like, you know, get my affairs in order, so to speak. And she's like, well, you know, I don't know. We would have to think about that. But for now, we would be operating under the assumption that you would be starting in April. And I was like, I was at that point, though, again, afterthoughts. But I was like in survival mode so much that I was just like, you know what? I just want to get out of this fucking building and never come back.
And never come back.
I can't do a good Gollum impression. So I was just being, like, very... I was, like, saying yes to everything. Not to the job, but I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. Yep, sure, whatever. And she was like, so, do you think we have an answer from you today on whether or not you're taking the job? And I was like, no, I'm gonna need some time to think about it. And she's like, all right, well, we'll give you a week. And just the atmosphere in the entire office, from everybody, but especially her and the CEO, was like, this guy must just be so over the fucking moon that we're offering him this job. He must be so happy. She's like, we need to hear back from you before, and this was on a Sunday, so she's like, we need to hear back from you before next Sunday, okay, by email. And I was like, all right, you got it. And I walked out of there with that little file folder full of, you know, the documents that would outline the job details. And I just kind of had a good sit on the bench outside and was like, I was not contemplating whether or not to take the job. I was just, like, trying to collect myself. And, you know, I promptly went home. I wanted to go home to my boyfriend and cry, which is what I did. I went home, told my boyfriend what happened to me, ate sushi, and cried. And it felt good. I don't know. It was good to, like, spend that day having that happen and then finally be able to talk to somebody about it. Because just the entire day on the entire trip back home to Fukushima, I was like, I was in a very strange state of mind, man. It was fucking weird. Again, like I was maybe poorly trying to explain earlier, that's not a place mentally that I spend a lot of time. I'm a pretty relentlessly positive and happy and, you know, optimistic guy. I tend to do my best and roll with the punches. But, holy shit. That was insane. So, yeah. Went home, talked to Takuya about it, told him what happened. We concurred. I think, you know, well, he was being supportive and nice, and he said, you know, I think that sounds horrific, but, you know, it's up to you. And I was like, well, it's up to me. And me says, no thank you. So I ghosted them for the entire week, and then on the very last day, just to extend them some slight bit of courtesy that was not extended to me, I emailed them back saying, I'm sorry, but in addition to the fact that, you know, I was clear multiple times that I cannot start in April, I just don't think it's gonna be, I don't think it's gonna work. I think it's a no from me. And then she emails me back immediately, and she's like, all right. Sorry. Now that you've rejected us, she didn't say that, but she, you know, now that you've rejected us, how about, you know, you can start in July. We'll let you start in July. And I was like, it's still a no. Still no. And then that's I said that politely. I was like, sorry, I just don't think it's gonna work out. And then that's the end of the story. That's it. The end. Yeah, I don't know. I've told that story to a lot of people, and I'm sure some people actually presently listening along in chat are like, oh my god, this is the 500th time I've heard this story. I apologize. But, you know, like, I've had time to process it and think about it, and there, you know, one of the things that comes to mind is, like, I think it was, what was it? Isto, you were saying, like, oh, that was like an initiation ritual. You were being hazed. You know, that thought occurred to me with how, like, chummy that guy was being when he was doing the, like, elementary school put it on the fridge, show it to mom style job offer certificate. I was like, was he being a jerk as, like, kind of a test, maybe? I guess? No, I mean, I wouldn't, yeah, you probably encouraged me to do the interview. A lot of people did. I mean, it was, I still think it was the right decision. If for no other reason than I think that's probably the worst a job interview can ever go. So now I can go into future job interviews not nervous at all, because I know they're not going to be like that. Oh my god. Oh my god, the sky is so dark and scary. But, you know, even if the guy was just being, like, even if he was just testing me, and, like, he's actually, like, a decent... listen, this is a strict hypothetical. I'm not saying I think this is true. But if that was the case, if that really was just, like, all one big, how bad do you really want the job, dance for it, little man, style scenario, my friend, you miscalculated. You did the math wrong. Like, you know, his calculation there, and that's where the mathematics of, like, offering and seeking a job come in, where it's like, you know, I want you to hire me, you want me to work for you, how bad do each of us want those respective things, and then what are each of us offering to the other? Like, I didn't want the fucking job that bad, dude. I came to fucking Tokyo on my own dime at a time where I was not very easily able to make that happen financially, on a fucking lark, on the off chance that this might be something I want to do. This was not like some glorious once in a lifetime opportunity for me, you motherfucker. Like, I don't know. You really misread the situation. And as it turns out, their behavior in the aftermath of the actual interview part indicates that they wanted me a lot more. Oh, chat, I can't speak. I'm getting too mad. They wanted me a lot badder than I wanted to work for them. It would seem. Because they were like, okay, well, we'll offer you the job on the spot. Okay, well, we'll offer you rent assistance if you live near the office. All right, well, we'll, you know, okay, well, we're trying to, like, hardball you and not give you the job start date you wanted, but okay, now that you're rejecting us, you can have that. And I'm just like, dude, no. No, it's a no. But, like, I don't know. I saw people tonight in chat, and, you know, I had friends IRL as well, making the comment, you know, correctly, I believe, that, you know, you dodged a bullet. That probably would have been a horrible place to work. I think you're right. I think also, though, here's the other part of this. And here's how I think I described it to a lot of people as I was talking through this situation. Like, part of that calculus, part of that equation there on, you know, how much abuse or, like, how many concessions I'm willing to make when it comes to getting a job One of them is like, oh, ugh! One of them is, you know, I think there are like, imagine 3 meters that we need to have filled up. There's one of them is the pay. One of them is workplace, like, environment. One of them is, do I want to do the job? Let's just, for now, to simplify things, let's take those 3. How bad do I want to be doing the job? Is the pay sufficient? And otherwise, are the conditions sufficient? And is it a good place to work? If the guy was truly like a horrendous dick and the place really was like this cult-like nightmare and it was horrible to be there every day, but if it was a job that I actually wanted to do, like if it was like game localization or translation, of course I still don't want to work in that kind of situation, but if it's a job I want to do, you know, I'm more willing to be treated like a little bit of shit. This is, you know, what I'm talking about, where I'm like, you know, I can handle myself. Like, if it's a job where the pay is decent, and it's a job that it's, you know, it's work that I enjoy, and it's something that I can see myself continuing and making a career out of, I'll take a little bit of shit. I'll take a little bit of shit. Conversely, if the job is not one I want to do, which was what in this situation, that was the case, but the pay is, you know, the pay is all right, which it was. The pay was not anything to write home about, but it was better than what I'm making now. And, you know, but if so pay, not really the job I want to be doing, but if that guy had just been, like, cool, or nice, or, like, decent to me in any way, and made the whole process feel like something other than, like, a fucking inquisition, and a, like, soul assassination, maybe then I would have taken the job. I don't know. I don't know, because it's still not a job I want to do, but maybe. I mean, something drove me to the interview, after all. Like, something got me in that chair, in that room, and it was the fact that I was like, okay, this sounds like something I could see myself doing. So if he had been just a little bit less of a dickhead, who knows, I might have pulled the trigger on it. Ow. And, you know, any of these factors can exist in different combinations. Like, if the workplace environment is horrific, but the pay is great, like, it's truly a figure that I cannot say no to. Again, I do want to stress, I do think that's fine. For me. Because I don't... This is not the case for a lot of Japanese people, I think, but, like, I know I can draw the line between myself and my job, and if I don't like the way I'm being treated at work, but I'm getting paid pretty decently, guess what, dude? I'm just gonna do my job. I'm just gonna do my job and go home every day. And if there's, like, passive-aggressive workplace culture stuff they're trying to, like, the boss or my coworkers are trying to, like, make me feel like shit for not, you know, giving more of my soul to the company, I can pretty easily ignore it. Rip to them, but I'm different. But for real. Oh my god. Wario loves taking damage. But, you know, it's gotta be the right combination of these factors. It's gotta be... But it was none of them. It checked none of the boxes. Who are you? Get out. Get out. Get out of here. I'm gonna die, chat. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. What do you mean? What do you mean? That guy's tough. This door won't open. My sack. I have to empty my sack. My sack! Yeah, sometimes I get knocked down, but I get up again. They're never gonna take my sack. Chat, I've practiced for this. I must remember my training. My training did not account for this. Good. 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 Oh my god. Anyways, that's the end of that, the horrific job interview story. Sorry that took, like, what, 2 hours to tell? I tend to be like that with stories, chat. You can't get me started on stuff. Because I just keep going and going and going and going. Oh, shit. Now I see what killed me earlier. He does a hyper beam! Ha! Alright, I'm missing a treasure? I think I kind of hear it. Game has very good... Oh, wait, is that the button that I'm hearing? The game does have good sound design. They, like, place pretty audible sounds so you can hear... Yeah, I hear something... Oh, over here. No, this is also just button. So then, but who was fold? So who was fold? Anyways, I'm glad to report I've been job interview free for the entire year since then. Actually, that's not true. I've had a handful of interviews. They either wind up going nowhere, or I wind up realizing kind of halfway through the interview that I'm just like, I don't think I want to do this job. Not for the same reason as the other company that I just described. Not because they're, like, being horrible to me, but just because I'm like, this work sounds lame. I love what I do now. I have fun. I get to work kind of on my own terms. I get to do something that I feel is worthwhile. I get to learn on the job. Like, I learn a shitload about Japanese language while I'm working. I have to. I mean, it's necessary for me to do my job better. So, you know... I quite like what I do. So for something better, for something to, like, be better, and to attract me, like I said, it's gotta tick those boxes, man. Wario, please. Wario, please! Dish. Well, I don't know if the chests are up. I guess we're just going into the scary basement. Does anyone want to go to the scary basement with me? Birdman? Let us go into the basement together. Oh, I dropped him. I was hoping to pile drive someone down there. No one want to go to the basement? Dish. Oh boy, battle arena time. Swing! Swing a ding! This is so satisfying. Good luck! Chat member, don't even joke about that. You're activating my repeating the same story 2 times in a row trauma, which is compounding with my job interview trauma. Oh no! Swing! Swinging, swinging is the opposite of burping. Swinging is the opposite of farting around. And swinging is a wonderful thing to do. Because you're swinging. Swinging is the opposite of beating up these guys. Swinging is the opposite of doing a pile driver. Damn it. Your job interview yesterday was very nice. Nah.
Nice.
I envy you. I truly do. Maybe one day I will have a nice job interview. Again, I'm complaining about it, but I've had several just fine ones online since that, you know, that fateful day. Get the treasure, Wario, please! What was that? Painting? Is that the portrait of Wario Gray? Chat, that's good. Now that Wario Gray, chat. Yeah. Oh my god, wow. Oh my god, I was supposed to dish. I was supposed to dish over there. Wait, Chad, which one was that? Let's swap traumatic work situation stories. Tell me about your work trauma. Oh, the car sales job. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I remember. I remember that shit. Wait, but the interview was nice for that? This goes to show you, man, you never really can tell. You gotta be careful. Which I say that, but how does one see the future? Ugh. Wario, please. You don't even have to get all of the red crystal, but I must. I desire the crystal. Give me your garlic. Garlic, please. Garlic, please. Garlic now. More garlic. It's becoming more expensive. He's gouging me. I'm being garlic gouged. Network maintenance while watching stream. Can you give me a comprehensive Raspberry Pi backup strategy? Chat member, I may be a professional computer guy, but I'm a lapsed professional computer guy. I'm a pro-lapsed professional computer guy, okay? I only know what Raspberry Pi is because I think it's one of the nicest, yummiest pies around. I think Raspberry Pis first started really gaining a lot of popular prominence when I was in my senior year of college, I think. Need a pie tier list? Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. It's been a while since we've had some tier list content, now that I think about it. Well, I think it's because when I was doing my senior capstone, or whatever the fuck it's called, my senior research project in college, I was told that I could do it on a Raspberry Pi, but I was like, I don't know how that, I don't know it. I don't know that raspberry shit. I don't want raspberries in my computer. I want wires and bits and circuits. Probably would have been easier to use Raspberry Pi, though. It was basically, I mean, I think I've probably talked about this. My senior project, my senior research thesis, if you could even call it, that feels like too serious of a word to apply to an undergraduate research project, but... Hello, Curb. What's up, Kirby? Kirby himself. How are you finding the time to be in the stream? Shouldn't you be writing right now? Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, bam, 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 bam. Da-da-dum, 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 ah! I've heard people say that they were not super impressed with Air Riders, by the way. Which, to me, is hearsay, because it's Sakurai's... Sakurai has laid his hands on that software, so it must be godlike. Yeah, well, I mean, the reality is I expect it not to have, like, a very long half-life for me, because it's a multiplayer game, and I'm not going to do a lot of online multiplayer with it, I don't think. But I'm going to try to get as much single-player content out of it as I can, and then, it won't be, like, a constant presence on the stream, but we'll be playing it. We'll be playing it a little bit after the whole winter vacation is over. I just gotta play anything Sakurai puts out, man. It's got that Sakurai premium about it. But my senior research project was it was like a little device, because is this streamer lore? That I don't think this is lore, because I think everyone just knows this. Maybe not. Maybe I've not talked about this. When I was an undergraduate computer science student, I was also a double major for a while. I think triple major, but then the load became too heavy. And I had to take it down to, well, the class load became too heavy. The heavy load was a bit much, but it was also the fact that I was like severely undermotivated and was not going to class at all because I just didn't give a fucking shit. Because I felt like I was getting nothing out of my computer science program, because my school's computer science program was hot dog shit, and I was not learning anything at all. And becoming very disillusioned with programming and my chosen educational path, and it was just not a good time for me. I was having more time smonking the feet and getting extremely drunk and playing Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS and Mario Kart 8 and Pokemon Sun and Moon with my friends in the dorm. That's what I was doing. And Bloodborne. So it wasn't the fact that I couldn't handle all the courses, it was the fact that I didn't want to anymore. I don't think I would do anything differently. It was a hell of a time. It was great. Lots of good memories. But I studied, my triple major, when I still had it, was computer science, physics, and engineering mathematics. And I really did pick the wrong thing to sacrifice, because I was better at and had a, just stronger inclination for physics and engineering mathematics, like advanced calculus and all that stuff. Sounds very dry and boring, but to me, it was fucking awesome and I loved it. And the reason I was encouraged to pursue that kind of confluence of courses was because, obviously a lot of math is used in programming. And we were doing theoretical mathematics and shit. It was so much fun. I really liked it. But I think I had made the most progress to that point in the computer science portion of things, so my advisor was like, nah, dude, you probably should just go with the comp sci. I was like, alright. But because I had a background in physics, my final project that I wrote a very, very long paper on, because for no other reason than I had to, but it was about a little device that I programmed to measure... It was plotting... Using a particular kind of, very low-tech, Raspberry Pi-ish little thing to measure oscillations, or, physical movement into, along one axis. I had a thing on a spring, and the thing was being measured, its movement back and forth was being measured by the device and a camera and being plotted in real time, and, it was... basically, the idea was, how low-tech can we get and still, kind of, sophisticatedly measure physical movement and plot it in real time. Well, yeah, this is my streamer thesis. Wario World is my streamer thesis in jiggle physics because of Wario's face. I'm learning a lot here. Uh-huh. I'm taking notes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Chat, there are... Oh, there's just one! I was like, where's all the treasure? Where's the treasure? That's what's hanging me up the most on this shit, is finding the last treasure chest in most cases. I hear something. It might just be the button. It's not over here, I don't think. No, I just went that way. Hey! Man, I really wanted to play a Zelda game all fall. Ah! Wario has no iframes. Wario does not understand the concept of iframes. It was that way. It was that way. A little while ago, I think I played some Ocarina of Time music, and just hearing that, I was like, damn, dude. I would eat up doing a stream of Ocarina of Time right now. When it becomes fall, I just get very Zelda-y. I get Zelda in the brain. Because that's the season when those games always come out. Unfortunately, the season has somewhat passed. I still want to play a Zelda game, though. I don't know. What do we play? I've streamed Skyward Sword, but those are not archived, unfortunately. Obviously, I've streamed Tears of the Kingdom. Breath of the Wild was also not archived. Also largely not really streamed, either. That was before my streaming days. Ocarina of Time would be a good one, I think. Wind Waker would be a good one. Oh! I need to visit the Garlic Man. Chat, do you know the Garlic Man, the Garlic Man, the Garlic Man? Do you know the Garlic Man? He lives inside your balls. Okay. Oh, I can't believe I dropped down here, dude. There's a PC port of Majora's Mask that's got all the bells and whistles. I would check that out. I would check that shit out. I mean, it's the one 3D Zelda I've never played, so that would be a good way to rectify that. I need to play... I mean, basically all the 3D Zeldas need to be streamed for the old archive. Unfortunately, just because I played Skyward Sword so recently, I think that's going to have to be one of the later ones, but yeah, would be good to embark upon a project of getting them all on the YouTube channel. No, I don't. How much does a 3DS capture card run you these days? Isn't that expensive? I hate... The bosses in this game, chat, are fucking revolting. I hate them. Card with installs $120. Are people still doing that? Still doing 3DS capture card installations? I hate this. I hate this. I just want to let it be known I fucking hate this. Really? How do you find that thing working for you? I was always kind of nervous that getting a 3DS capture card installed would be kind of like finicky. Like, cause you know, you have to like obviously hold it. It's like, you know, you got the touch screen and everything, so zero issues. So how does it work, by the way? Like, what do you connect it to stuff with? Oh! You know what, why don't we pick up one of these pillars? Oh! That's why we don't pick up the pillars. Smash. Nice. Smash. Oh, he's not dead. He's not dead. Oh! Now it's dark. Wario is scared of the dark. It's become Luigi's Mansion now. Oh, they put the lights back for you. If I were to get a 3DS capture card, I would probably also, because most of the 3DSs that I have on hand now are Japanese, and therefore, well, I mean, all 3DSs are region locked, but I would only be able to play Japanese games on it, which is fine, I guess, but that would limit my streaming potential. Egg salad! Egg salad! Egg salad! Egg salad, 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 egg salad. Yes! Suck my garlic balls! They install a chip, you connect a USB-C to it. Okay. I see. I might have to look into it then. I've always wanted to stream Kid Icarus Uprising, various other of my 3DS games, without a shmemulator. Because I don't know, when you shmemulate 3DS games, you have to, like, if they're especially heavy on the use of the touchscreen, you have to, like, figure a workaround for that, which I've seen a couple of them, but they seem somewhat inelegant and, difficult. Yeah, link me up. I would love a link. I do also I appreciate, it has not gone unnoticed for me, the use of the word whip to mean defeat. Wario has canonically been to the south, I think. Whipping ass, whipping people, that's somewhat of a southernism, in my opinion. Here we go. Yeah, I figured unregion locking a 3DS would be not too complicated of an endeavor. Fuck. Clown level chat. Why? Clowns? Why'd it have to be clowns? An electric clown fence is blocking the road ahead. I hate when I touch the... Chat, have you ever peed on an electric clown fence? It totally won't shock you. Let's do it with Wario. Let's make Wario pee on the electric clown fence and see if it shocks him. Why is it that I play basically exclusively baby games, Nintendo baby games, but I wind up, like, attributing toilet humor, pee-pee caca humor, like talking about asses and balls and diapers full of cottage cheese and egg salad to Wario, and in Donkey Kong it's all like, it's all dong. Oh god, this one. Ugh. Nice. Slowly, quickly. I guess that's true. That's kind of just the way he's designed. He's canonically disgusting. Oh! Why would you do that, Wario? He did that to spite me because we were talking about how fucking gross he is. Yush. I don't know what he just said, but it sounded like he said, "Fine!" I was kind of, I don't know if I would say skeptical or, like, nervous to return to this game, because I was, like I said, I was browsing what people were saying about it today. And I was like, is this game not as good as I remember? No, absolutely not. Better. Was that your first time playing Ultra Moon? Playing it on Discord with your friend? I'm mostly curious to hear if, the opinion of someone who's playing Gen 7 for the first time. Like, what you thought about it. A replay? Gotcha. Man, the quandary, the dilemma of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon versus the originals is so... It's so darn confounding for me. Because I recognize that the quality of life and stuff, like the move tutor stuff, a lot about that game is better than the originals, but... Oh, man... Jeez. The story. I don't like the story. It's not that bad. It's not like... I think some people exaggerate how bad it is, but... It's pretty... It's a step down from the way it was in Sun and Moon. Oh, yeah? Love the story, hate the tutorials. I just don't like the kind of, like... It's not quite a retconning, because I guess it's kind of like a different... telling of the story, but I just prefer the story from Sun and Moon. It's not even really that I hate the Ultra Expedition Team funky guys or whatever. They're fine. They're fine. I don't know, man. I don't quite like the way Lusamine gets done a little bit dirty, in my opinion. Oh, this way. Are the tutorials really bad in that game? I would like to return to Sun and Moon someday. I fondly remember them. And again, this is a Pokemon opinion that has been shared on the stream, doubtless, like, way, way too often, but my overall thoughts on Sun and Moon and Gen 7 in general is that they're really solid games. Alola is an amazingly well-designed region. It's, like, very cohesive, thematically and atmospherically. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon has really bad pacing. Huh. I guess I just didn't remember that. Thank you. I remember, you know, it's kind of a thing in a lot of Pokemon games. They're somewhat slow to start, but I'll take your word for it. I just don't remember. Is it worse than base Sun and Moon, I wonder? We're playing a carnival game, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen? Ladies and men named Jenna. Ladies and gentlemen, step right up. Fling your balls at the weird... Are these like flamingo pins? Yeah. Well, I mean, that doesn't surprise me, though, if I'm being totally honest. Wait, do you only... I was gonna say, more balls, please. Nice. This is a special kind of bowling that Wario does on weekends. Wario does lots of things on weekends, but most of the other stuff that he does, we don't need to talk about. We're gonna respect Wario's privacy. What he does in his spare time with that bowl of egg salad is none of your business. The show must go on. This guy's creepy. Also, why is this Wario... speaking of creepy, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like that. I especially don't like that. His comedic timing is impeccable. Pick up the guy. I need you to pick up the guy. That guy's corpse went crazy. I don't know if are we getting to Pokemon tonight? I mean, we only have... I'm obviously not gonna play all of Wario World, but I'm gonna get to the big boss in World 2, and then probably stop Wario Land for the night, but maybe. We have a little bit of time. I don't know. I mean, we're discussing Pokemon, and it's got me in a little bit of a Pokemon mood. And I do want to give my proper... Oh my god, this one. Oh, fuck, dude. The ring. Yeah. Sorry I interrupted that noise, Wario. It's one of your better noises. You have to, like, ride the ring all the way up. Oh, this shit is trippy, dude. Oh no, we're going down. I don't want to go down. I want to go up. Oh, you have to go down to go up. You have to go down to go up! You have to go down to go up, chat. Because it appears that the ring starts moving different halfway through. Or does it? Wait, what? Yeah, it does. It's gonna go back the other way around. Ah. These still have the same effect on me they had when I was a kid. Just the, like, kind of surreal, like, puzzle levels that are precariously placed in a wide open sky. Very trippy, very weird, very... just, I don't know. They evoke a very, like, a feeling of being high up. It's scary. Oh no. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I see what you gotta do. I see what you gotta do. Uh-huh. Oh, he realized too late. Oh! You gotta go out this way. Yeah. Get as far as you can while it's horizontal. Hey! Oh, Wario, please. Eh. Yeah. Wario, yeah. Yeah, Wario, yeah. Run. Wario. Ooh.
Oh my god!
We've done it. Wario's done it. We gotta get the coin. We gotta jump for the beef. Jump for the beef. Shrock. We didn't get all the beef, but we got a chunk of beef. We got a hunk of burning beef. He should start training Apollo to speak in Wario terms. Not just say Wario. What's this made of? Egg salad. What's this? Rotten. Where am I to go? Oh, I see. Who is this? A chump. Still, one of my favorite Apolloisms is when he says, it's a bug. It's a bug. Like, he's not really sure about it. Or, like, he's a little bit indignant. It's a bug. He also says it, like, a little Britishly. It's a bug. Yep, that's a great soundboard to have. That's a top 5. Oh! It's a top 5 soundboard in my opinion. What is the name of the Wario Apollo? Like the evil Apollo? Appallant? Appalling! Appalling! There we go. We've got it. Oh no. Oh fuck, dude! I hate this. Get away from me. Get away from me! Oh, these challenge rooms. I love the theming in all of them, where this one is like there's cages in here. Are these teeth platforms? What is this? They're more like marshmallows, really. Don 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 don. There's so many Wario sounds in this game. I forgot to make him like teeter on the ledge like that. You know what? I respect a game that when you like there's like a ledge leaning animation where your character's like, I'm gonna fall off the ledge, and then they actually fall off the ledge after a short period of time. I respect that. Instead of just letting them do that indefinitely. I think that shows real guts. Oh my god, alligators in onesies. Dish! Ooh! I feel in my Wario loins that there's something up here for me to discover. You're in the opposite camp. You want to be on an infinite ledge? I guess I get that. These are all instruments, no? Looks like it. I fall off the ledge. Oh. You said wobble, you're gonna summon him. That was lucky. I can see where you're coming from. I will just say this game is among, you know, I would put it in the tier of games that have just like great personality by virtue of their the player character rather having very good idle animations. And I'm not just saying that because Wario digs in his butt. And I'm not just saying that because of his weird stretchy face. I'm not just saying that because I'm pretty sure he also picks his nose sometimes. And I'm not just saying that because there's a secret idle animation where he pulls his, he like readjusts his dick in his pants. And I'm not just saying that because of... It's all of those things combined. It's the whole of the sum of the parts. It's the hole in the underwear, really. Snake? Snake? Are we... Wait a minute, Treasure. Developers of Wario World, are we being racially sensitive about this Snake Charmer character? I think it's okay. I think because it's not a human and because it's a weird rat-type creature. Actually, I don't know. Maybe that makes it worse. Yeah. What's that? Clarinet? You got clarinet? I need you to come with me. I need you to open this gate for me, please. Snake! Snake! Chat, this one is a fucking riot. They get really silly with these eventually, okay? Okay, as I was saying, chat, they get really silly with these. I'm gonna show you the gameplay right now. We're gonna get on the ball. We're gonna jump on the ball. It's good gameplay. Oh, there's good gameplay. Woo! You keep the momentum. Look at how fast these are going. Watch, 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 watch. Watch. Gameplay. Secret trick. Okay, are you ready? Wee! You see that shit? You see that shit? I told you. I'm gamer. I'm gamer. Uh-huh. Oh my god. Yippee. I do like, there's a weird, like, kind of, what would I say, like, holy shit! Bears, lions in the cage, and they come out of the cage. This is a good enemy design. This is good enemy design. And also kind of weirdly horrifying. Nice. Egg salad. As I was saying, I think it's nice that, you know, Wario is like the kind of mirror image of Mario in a lot of ways, which means for that to be effective, they have to be, you know, opposite in certain ways, but in certain other ways, they have to be kind of similar. And one of the ways in which they are similar is how they're both so vocal. They're both always, they never shut the fuck up. One's always going yippee, and the other one's always going, oh my cock! Hey, Garlic Man, how about this for you? It was too far away to dispense the garlic. I just now I'm realizing there's a spotlight that's like very poorly following me. Aye. Fire! Holy shit, I got flunged. Only the first bomb out of the box startles these guys. I almost said chortles. They only chortle when they steal coins from you. Not right now. You gotta go on the next go-around. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, man?
Oh my god, leave me alone. I'm going for the high score. You can't take my coins.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Yes. Go quickly now, Wario. Now. Now is the time. Come on, weird man. Come on, weird alligator man. There was another, I think, what was it? There was a game that Nintendo put up on the N64 Nintendo Switch Online. This one slaps. Chat, watch this. Well, I think you can see what's happening. Basically a proto Tears of the Kingdom. Ugh. You gotta get it right. You gotta get it right at the top. You gotta get that momentum. The Joe-mentum! The Joe-mentum!
I better not start the questions. I'll get in trouble.
They put a game that I was interested in playing on the N64 online thing. How do I refer to that? I always start the sentence and I'm like, the online thing. The Nintendo Netflix. Ooh! Ah! God damn it. I gotta do it straight from behind, otherwise... Ah! Do I not have Doodle Wario? Ooh, go Wario, go! Oh, yes. You gotta do it right at the tip, chat. Come on. Come on, chat. Don't act like you never heard a penis innuendo before. Especially while we're playing Wario. Do you think we're above doing dick jokes, intentional or otherwise, while playing a Wario game of all games? Come on. Come on. Owie! Chat member, I don't even know what that does. It was just one of the like point redemption things that Twitch just suggested to me. And I was like, all right, okay, better Twitch TV redemption. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't even know what it purports that you can do. Like, what do you mean unlocks a random better Twitch TV emote? I don't know what, like, so that you can use it on better Twitch TV? I don't know. I don't know, chat. I'm sorry. I promise that we will continue to promise to look into the issue and then probably wind up doing nothing for a very long time. Well, yeah, that's why I was confused. Better Twitch TV emotes have been available to everyone for some time now. There's a lot of good BTTV emotes, and I recommend you use them. There's a non-GiantBreadbug sanctioned Akabeko. It's like Beko Pop. It's great. Folks use it sometimes. I'm kind of lost. I think I needed to go this way. Ooh! No, not this way. Yes, this way. Treasure. Trombone. That trombone was not the color that I usually expect trombones to be, but... Alright, it's just Wario's ass, his arms, and his nose. We got a pro gamer in chat. Hi, pro. Gamer? Gamer Pro? 202? I think I'll call you 202. It's a very unique way to refer to you. I'm gonna just start I'm assigning all chat members a random number now that they will be referred to by. That's the one I'm talking about, Beko Pop. It's a great emote. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna fucking puke from that. Suck 'em up. Golden coins, golden coins. Suck 'em up, suck 'em up, suck 'em up. Wait a minute, Wario. I feel as though we're approaching the end of the level soon, which means I need to start really getting my treasure hunting game on. No, this guy. This guy. You cannot run away, this guy. Stop. 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 Leave Wario alone. You're lucky he even performs for you people. I have, for a very long time, been a champion of them needing to make another one of these. And if they did, I would add the ability to jump while doing this, the wild swing ding attack. That's actually what it's called in-game chat. Don't get mad at me. It's called the wild swing ding. You get to ground pound, wild swing ding, pile drive. Yes, it's a very... This game is very gay. Gay. No, pay. Oh, pay. Little guys, little guys, little guys, little guys. Kill all the little guys. You like those birds with tiny hats? I hate those guys. I'm fine. I just had to wait for Wario's digestive cycle, which on average takes 45 seconds. On account of all the garlic and egg salad. It just goes, you go right. He does this all the time. You just kind of gotta let him do it. You can't get too upset. You just gotta be like, okay, Wario's going to... Alright, I'm going to get sucked into the dark void inside Wario's stomach for about a minute. It's fine. You get used to it. Sax. Nice. Do you think Wario would get along very well with Bill Clinton? Yeah, me neither. Wario is a friend of justice. And no friend of justice could call themselves a friend of William Billiam Clinton. What's his middle name? William Pedophile Clinton, is that it? Something like that. That sign says that... No, chat, hold on. No, we need to set the record straight. The sign says the show... I can't read because the screen is shaking so much. Wario World, Wario Circus. The show must... Yeah, you're right. It does say Goon. It says Goon right there. Damn. I was ready to prove you wrong. It says the show must Goon. Ouch. Do not bite me! I'm allergic to snake bites. Please don't. Don't harm. Wario, I need you to get better aim. Wario, here's the problem. Because when I need to... I need to throw the guys before the other guys punch me, but the targets have to be at, like, eye level. There we go. Oh, you have to hit each of the targets twice? Nice. 2 for 1. 2 birds, 1 stone. Oh, you gotta hit the targets 3 times. Incredible! 3 times? Oh my god. Oh my god. Impossible. Ow. Wario, this is not where we die. We do not empty the sack here. Nice. Crystal-themed streamer wanted to name her fans the Pebble Pile. You know what, actually? It took me a second to figure out why that's a questionable sounding name. So, I guess I can't get too indignant. But I will say, it took me, like, 5 seconds. Pebble Pile. I'm a proud member of the Pebble Pile crew. Do not clip! Do not clip! Don't you dare clip! Never ever clip! Ouch! Still. Cut his mic, and then make him think his mic is still cut when he's going to the restroom. Like that one scene, is it the Naked Gun where that happens? I think it's the Naked Gun, where I think it's, yeah, Leslie Nielsen's character is giving like a police press conference, and his mic is still on when he goes to the bathroom, and everyone's just hearing him piss. I fucking love the Naked Gun, dude. I think it was on Vinny's stream. He was doing a You Laugh, You Lose. He does them like once a year, and one of the ones that got him was it was a clip from a Three Stooges episode or show. I don't know. They just had a show, right? It was just a regular ass show. Did they have shows back then? Chad, how old is the concept of a show? It was a Three Stooges recorded video message, wherein they, like, one of them throws, like, a vase or something at that guy, and, at that guy. I read, the word "that" somewhere, and then that got into my head. They throw a vase at a guy, and the guy, like, screams and runs around a corner, but the vase, like, just flies through the air and follows the guy around the corner, and there's, like, a smashing sound and a scream from the other room. It's so funny. It's so stupid, but I love shit like that. Yeah, we were showing Norm Macdonald some love the other day. Reminds me of that tragedy. Chad, this device is not allowed according to terms of service on Twitch. This is... I think I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Probably need to blur this out. Probably would, but it would not be worth the bit. It's gonna be too short. Come on.
Do not.
Chat, I'm having trouble working the device. There we go. Man, I got some sick air that time. No! Yes, yes. The square is much easier to work with. What's that you just called this, chat?
Oh, I'm straight up bouncing on it.
Oh my god. Wario, please. Wario, please. Oh, I got stuck. Come on, come on. Yeah. Can I just take the damage from the spikes? Do you think they're gonna let me do that? Probably not, right? Moot point. Moot point. The music in here is also kind of killing me. Ah! Come on. it's like it's messing with me because I'm trying to follow the ball, but the camera is slightly behind the movement. Do you see that? The camera is like just a little bit behind the motion of the ocean. The ocean of Wario's ass. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Can I use the D-pad? The D-pad does not work. I remember now what game Nintendo put on the N64 online service that I wanted to play. It's Rayman 2, The Great Escape. Because I had that game for the PlayStation as a kid. It was just one of those games we just inexplicably had. And I always played it, but never got very far in it. It was one of those little kid activities where I was like, I like this game, but I'm not good enough to get very far. Chat, wrong game. We need, oh, garlic. I'm kind of sad that Bonanza's not going to win any Game of the Year awards tomorrow. It might win they might give it the Nintendo's been relegated to the, and again, I'm not salty about it because I care just about zero about the Game Awards and who actually wins them. I mean, it's interesting to talk about and like watch and react to. So I say this with like not an ounce of salt in my body, but Nintendo as of late, basically since they're too hated right now to win awards. I think maybe there's a little bit of weird shit in the air with them, especially like with people like, well, maybe we'll talk about it, or maybe I'll just studiously avoid the topic altogether of like the weird fucking reaction to Metroid Prime 4. Like, I'm not talking about the game having like flaws or points that people do and don't like. I'm talking about like people cannot be normal about that fucking game. It's very weird. But it's that I've seen people like online be kind of like I said earlier, there are people who are normal about how their reaction to Air Riders was, and then there are people who are like, it's so fucking mid. And I'm like, okay, maybe the truth lies somewhere in between those, I imagine. But I don't know. I think it's just Nintendo for a very long time has not been the Game Awards has basically It has now, I think, cemented itself as a Game Awards show for not Nintendo type of games. I think the last time a Nintendo game won Game of the Year was Breath of the Wild, and I think the game was just so fucking high profile and so well received, and it was such like a cultural juggernaut that it was kind of difficult for them, or I can't remember what other games it was going up against that year, but seems like it was like more of a, ooh, is that an N64? Oh, that's the Nintendo 64. That is, no, Wario's missing a leg. Oh no, chat, Wario's missing a fucking leg. We can't have that. But I think since Breath of the Wild, they have not won a Game of the Year. And I was like very poorly gesturing at this conversation whenever I was streaming last, when I was playing World of Goo. You know, Games of the Year, the type of game that wins Game of the Year is not a Nintendo game. And you can interpret that in any way you want. I think maybe it might even just be better if I don't say anything. Because, you know, it's gotta be like big, and I'm gonna say this and sound salty. Again, I'm not salty. I'm just describing a trend that I noticed, but it's like Games of the Year are like, you know, so-called games for not babies. And that's fine, because Nintendo games are for babies. I happen to be a baby. Goo goo gaga. Change my diaper and call me a baby. Chat, I'm not salty. If anything, I'm peppery. Yeah, I mean, it's just the thing that I was like kind of poorly struggling to explain my opinion on the other day was like, I don't really like how video games have been only really they've become only able to be taken seriously if it's like this quadruple A, and I don't even really have anything wrong with games having a big budget or anything. Lord knows Pokemon could fucking use a direct injection of fucking cash to its development process. But, you know, it's gotta be photorealistic graphic. It's gotta be a movie game. It's gotta be a game that looks like a movie, even if it doesn't necessarily, like, play like a movie. But playing like a movie probably doesn't hurt. Being a, like, extremely narrative-driven game... I don't know. Again, not salty. In fact, I think if you savor my flavor, you'll find I have a nice aftertaste of cayenne pepper. Looking for Wario's leg. Anybody got any details on the location of Wario's leg? But another thing I was saying the other day was I basically am under the impression that Geoff Keighley just created the Game Awards so that he could hang out with Hideo Kojima. So I think the funniest outcome would be for Death Stranding 2 to win. Not because I don't think it's a good game that deserves to win Game of the Year, but because everyone is so fucking convinced that Clair Obscur is gonna win. I don't know why. I assume... I give people the benefit of the doubt and assume that they know what they're talking about, and everyone seems to think it's a lock for Game of the Year. Maybe that's the case. But it seems like everyone's expecting that to win so much that if anything else wins, people are going to be, like, mad, maybe? And I'm a misanthrope, I guess, and antisocial, because I think it's funny when people get mad online. Ah! Huh. I go, huh. I go, have a rotten day. Whenever people are mad online. I don't know. I don't even know when I'm gonna be able to discuss the outcome of the Game Awards with you all, but probably sometime next week, unfortunately. No reaction stream this year, I don't think. I mean, if it's, like, really crazy and there's, like, cool announcements or, like, memorable... God damn it. Or, like, standout moments, we'll, of course, just, like, watch those in clip form. Someone came into a Silksong stream and unprompted said, sorry, but Silksong isn't beating Claire, lol, and left. Maybe, is that just, like, bandwagoning, like, I don't know. It's hard to tell what that is, though. I don't know. If that's, like, a Claire Obscur fan who's, like, being very unnecessarily aggressive, or if that's, like, you know... If that's, like, somebody who hasn't even played the game, but they just want a... And this is kind of what I'm talking about. They don't want a baby game, i.e. a game that, like, looks like a cartoon, to win. Like, that's what I'm talking about. If it looks like a cartoon and it doesn't look like a movie, it cannot be a serious game. I don't like that. I'm not saying that that's, like, what everyone thinks, but it's certainly a somewhat common sentiment. I don't know, though. People can like what they like and not like what they don't like. Silksong is unquestionably a masterpiece. I mean, sure, I'm, like, only a third of the way through playing it, I assume. Or if that one chat member was correct and I'm only on Act 2 of 900... Was that you, Cryptic, I believe, that said that? There's, like, 800 parts to that game, or 800 acts. If so, my death certificate is in the mail. I'm going back to the beginning of the level. Actually, I'm looking up... Because chat, I gotta get 100%. I have to. What is this game? Or what is this game? What is this area? Wonky Circus. It is pretty wonky. Wonky Circus. bird with a tiny hat is named Henny. That's also like a slang term for Hennessy, no? The alcohol? Gold statue parts. They don't have them labeled, though. Hovering over a platform found... Oh my god, dude. Inside the 8th red diamond sublevel, floating high above a cage beast near the goal. Floating high above a cage beast near the goal. Maybe I didn't get that one? On a high platform with a cannon in the top right corner of the town area after beating the battle ring, accessed by cling to moving... Oh, chat, these advices is not good, not so good. Oh, I think I saw it just now. I saw it. Thank God I did not go back to the beginning of the level for that. Yes. Fantastic. We're gaming. Fantastic. On to the boss. Dish. Oh, this fucking freak. Oh, this freak! Oh no, chat. Oh, he's a freak and a half. He's a freak and a half in every direction. Wait till you see what he's got under that head. That rope is exclusively for his use. I cannot go on that rope. Oh, he's nasty. Oh, he's fucking nasty with it. I'll give you some egg salad right here, buddy. How about this egg salad? You see his fucking head under there? You see that shit? Ugh. Nasty. Wow. I gotta get out of here. He's gonna leave me behind. See, if you get stuck on the other platform, he blows you the fuck up. I really hate this guy. Hoop, hoop, hoop. Have a rotten day, you piece of shit. I want Wario to, yeah, like I was saying, they should remake this game, and Charles Martinet should come back and just do Wario lines. And they should add, like, little, like, expletives in there. Like, have a rotten day. You beep, 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 beep. I didn't have the censor beep sound ready. Sorry, that would have made that bit a lot funnier. Go, Wario, go. Wario, go! And the falling off the level sound can be like, shit! Get out of here. Oh, he's lost his hair. Oh, he's even more revolting now. Oh my god, one punch and he's out. Call him One Punch Clown. Yes, 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 yes. These guys, these fucking guys. These guys. Yeah, I don't, you know, I'm joking. I'm mostly joking. I don't think Wario should be cursing, but I like the concept. These guys is knocking me off the map, please. I remember I've died to this motherfucker. Plenty of times. Oh, he's running? Why is he running? Why is he running? Wario's out here saying curse words that we ain't never heard people curse before. Dead. Yes.
Finally, I can afford to get my foreskin restored. Yeah.
Honestly, this is my game of the year. I was gonna give it to Donkey Kong just because of the games I've played this year. I think that's my favorite game. But I think it's gotta go to this now. When I was a kid, I fucking loved going up on these barrels and jumping on this tent. Going up in the corner here. I mean, he's always just like laughing and going, ha 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 ha! And I'm doing that too, on the inside. Oh my god, it's the dual dragon. Yeah, I remember this one too. Oh, these nasty freaks. Again. Oh, whoa, what just happened to my voice? Again. This was a comment I made about Wario Land 4. And it stuck in my head about that game for the longest time. And it remained true when I started playing it on the Nintendo Online service. But the boss designs in that game are fucking freaky. Gotcha, made you blow up your friend. Oh. You're not supposed to get sucked up. You're not supposed to get it 8, Wario. You're supposed to do the opposite of that. See, he leans back. Oh my god, Wario! Wario! No, 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 no. No ball. No ball. No ball. We don't ball. Ball is not life. Ball is death. There you go. Nice. Hell yeah. Yes. Oh my god. But yeah, the John was like earlier, he said he wanted to do psychedelics with the people who designed the sound in this game. Whoa! I want to do fucking... Actually, no, never mind. No, I don't. I don't want to do psychedelics with the people who designed the, like, bosses and enemies in this game, because I feel like that would be a bad trip. Garlic, please. There's garlic. Garlic is available. Garlic is available. I just got some incidental garlic. Incidental garlic. Oh, fuck! You really gotta be ready. You really gotta be ready. Garlic, please. Garlic. Oh, the garlic is overboard. Garlic overboard. Garlic overboard. Ugh. Get him. Get him. Flame your friend. Oh, fuck. God damn it. One more. 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 Come on. Fire. 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 Yes! With a half a heart remaining, ladies and gentlemen. Nice. Ugh. Amazing. It might just be because I'm an idiot baby who's bad at games, but this game is tough. Or at least it's challenging in a fun way. All right. Well, I say it's pretty late, but I still want to do a little bit of, just a little bit of Pokemoning. And, you know, nothing serious. Some light ZAing. Some post-game ZAing. Nah, chat. I'm pretty sure it's the game. I'm pretty sure it's just the game is tough. I'm pretty sure. Okay, typers. Do you have your chili dogs ready? No one can become a great typist without chili all over your fingers. Okay, well, we will pick this up again next week when I expect we will probably finish it in the second stream. Because there are only 4 worlds. And this one is the Illuminati world, as you can see. We're going to explore conspiracy theories about, you know, secret organizations. The Sonic X Hooters collab? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? All right. Oh, wait, I should have left you with the nya screen. I mean, not left you, but... Because we are playing Pokemon, I just need to change the game category real quick and change another thing or two. Pokemon Legends ZA. More like Pokemon Legends WA for WA. There's a real Sonic X Hooters collab. Hold on. Oh. Oh. Hmm? Huh. Well, half the time when chat says stuff, I just assume you're making it up, but this appears to be very real. Huh. Wow. Wario also finds it funny. Wait, are there Hooters in Japan? Is this Japanese Hooters? What the fuck? You're telling me this for the first time? I'm trying to gather from context clues. Sonic Sash is Japanese. It's chat. I was not fucking aware that there are Japanese Hooterses. Holy shit. This changes everything.